Right, welcome along everyone to what could be a very exciting British Grand Prix. Could be one of the most exciting races that we've seen in a very, very, very long time. Not just because it's a complete free-for-all at the top. Mercedes could win, McLaren could win, obviously Max Verstappen could win as well. And then we've got the great British weather causing absolute havoc. You love to see it. I've been caught out by the rain today. It's been a bit of a madness. It's sunshine over Silverstone at the moment, but don't be fooled, because I've got the weather map here of the UK. And if you look just sort of south of Northampton, north of Milton Keynes, that's where Silverstone is, in basically a lot of muddy fields. And anything could happen here rain-wise. Who's in the chat today? Let's have a look. We got C, Shake and Bake, Zilda, Lucy, Zoe, Isabel Paflug, David Langino's here, Natasha. Everyone like the stream. Yes, please, please, please do like the stream. Are we live? Yes, we're live. Please do hit that like button. Let's try and get 1,000 likes today. Let's just go for the big one. That means we've got to rush to 100. Welcome Roger Farr. Vlak is here as well. Vade, J-Rack, Seema Dragon, Liam, Eric, Constel. Constel saying hi everyone. For those not in the UK, we've had some very heavy rain showers today. Yes, we have. Anyone who's been in the UK today will no doubt have been rained on heavily. It's been one of those days. If you want an explanation of what the UK is like weather-wise, this map is exactly what you need, because that's the weather in the UK. And today is, you see, Clacton-on-Sea is just in the pocket of of sunshine there. And also Silverstone, make of that what you will. Welcome Anav, Joe254, 254th of the Joe clan. So we can't stay for long, got something to do. JRX wants to upgrade my Thrustmaster. Well, I've got a video coming out on the Thrustmaster T818, so I would hold off till that's come out. Welcome C as well. Dominator, that looks depressing. German dude watching from Australia, that's confusing. Welcome Lost Harsh as well. Is it never raining in the UK? I don't think it's ever been a day where it hasn't rained somewhere in the UK. We just get a load of rain. So I don't know if anyone has an official forecast here for the race, but that is a live satellite map of the UK. You can see 2:02 PM. There it is, live satellite map, and there's a pocket right now. I don't know which way the prevailing wind is, but if it's north or south, then you would assume rain is going to come to Silverstone. D6 in the house as well, Small Car Cup. Will the race start in an hour? Yes, the race is going to start. I don't actually have the time near me, but it's going to start pretty soon. And you can see the results of qualifying are there. Rory, as a farmer, rain is always welcome. Yes, indeed. It basically, if the rain comes, it could be very, very, very heavy. Just to give you an idea, in London, there's just been some crazy heavy rain that I'm guessing is going over to France now. So I'm guessing that rain is moving in that direction, in which case, the rain that's over Birmingham, Warwick, I would expect to make its way sort of over to Silverstone way. JRX, any good recommendations of good quality wheel-based PS5 and PC? Depends what you want. I use a Logitech G Pro here on PS5 and PC. It's Fantech ones available as well. Chris, why can't iRacing have that map? Because this is real weather. Wretch32 is at Silverstone. For anyone who's stuck in like 2011. There you go, that's your boy. Stormzy. For anyone who's stuck in like 2017. There you go. That's your man. Welcome Seema Dragon. And Ernest Faber from Tanzania, South Africa. Yeah, starting order because Sergio Perez, it goes from bad to worse. He's taking a penalty because of the power unit upgrade. And somehow was qualified worse than Pierre Gasly, who got a 1,000,000 place grid drop. So nice one, Sergio Perez. Keep breaking records. Dominator's calling a Mercedes 1-2. When's it starting? Starting probably about 55 minutes. Let me know in the chat who you think is going to win this race. Is it going to be a British 1-2-3? I think it's going to be a great race here. I mean, Silverstone, we've seen a lot of drama over the years. This is a proper... I don't think Silverstone do a very good job for fans. I've said that pretty clearly. They don't invest in the facilities around the circuit, like parking and access. Pretty important things. But the layout of the circuit itself, I think, is absolutely great. Great circuit to drive. Welcome, Chaya. Welcome to the Kireth community. Yes, welcome along, everyone. Dutch Line, Craig Copeland here as well. D6, waiting for thy race to start. I really want 120 pistons and 40 turbos to roar around Silverstone. You're going to be ticking them off. How much is heavy rain in the UK? It's been very heavy today. I don't know if anyone's watching who's in the UK, who's been caught out by the rain. I've been caught out by the rain, but as you can possibly tell, it's sunny now in London, as you can see by the weather map there. It's sunny in London. So, is that a pocket of high pressure or something? I don't know. Jared's gone to F1 Racing and Sim Racing because of my channel. Big shout out. Shout out for you. Hopefully starting a really fun journey into sim racing. Bastian, Verstappen has fallen off. Rudyard, how did Leclerc end up P11? Well, if you saw qualifying yesterday, just was not a good strategy by Ferrari there. Vlack says, don't forget the umbrellas. Definitely if you're at Silverstone, anyone at Silverstone. Umbrellas, everything for all weathers. Ken saying Oscar, Lewis, Lando, Anaf saying Hamilton win. Welcome Ernest Faber to the community by subscribing. Thank you so much. Could we get to 93,000 today? Anything is possible. Who knows? Gabriella Della says excited for this race. Brits on the podium. Yeah, but look at Max Verstappen. So the story of Max Verstappen is it was a interesting qualifying yesterday, to say the least, with changeable weather conditions, and Max got caught out by the rain. He happened to be one of the first drivers, I think, going through the fastest corner of the track when the rain came down at that corner, and he took a trip across the gravel quite intensely and through the other side, and that took a bit of the chunk of his front splitter on his floor. So how much of that have Red Bull been able to fix? And if we remember Verstappen binning it on the way to the grid, wasn't it in Hungary a few years ago? And Red Bull managed to fix that car. Welcome Afrotonda. Welcome Lando. Lando, I think you should know really when you're racing. I'm going to throw that question right back at you. Bastian saying it's literally 11 PM. No, you got to stay up for Formula 1. You got my permission. If you're late tomorrow, just let them know that I said you could stay up late to watch the Formula 1. Chai saying giveaway. Yes, you can win a backpack if you click that link the mods have got in. GT Mega are giving away a backpack to a lucky winner of the stream, a lucky viewer of the stream. If you're in a country that GT Mega shipped to, I think the code is Kireth British or something. How does it feel doing sim racing? It feels great. It feels good. Not quite the same feeling for me as when I go karting. I've never celebrated I rarely celebrate like a win in sim racing. It's a fun hobby, definitely, for sure. Do I do one-on-one coaching? I do. I used to do it. Now what I do is I have a masterclass. I put all of my learnings in a masterclass. In fact, if you go to www.getfasteronline, you just get all my tips that will take you from beginner to winner. You can just sign up there and you get it all, 8-part series. Who's in Sicily next to an erupting volcano? That sounds very dangerous. Andy's watching from Costa Rica. Susie's going to be exciting. Beef and Barley, hello mods and chat. Zoe says, looks like rain going to come in a few minutes. Well, I'm looking, 51 minutes to go. And is it me, or is that band of clear skies in between Northampton and Milton Keynes? Is it me, or is it getting smaller? Do we have a weather forecast from anyone? Isabel's checked the Red Bull Discord. No information on whether Max's floor has been fixed or not. Obviously part of Ferme conditions, so I guess we'll find out. Zachary, is it a lot easier for teams to replace parts from Racing Europe? Well, I'll give you a story. I was in Rome last year with Formula E when there was a huge crash. Like, basically every team was caught up in a crash and they ran out of chassis. They were doing a race on a Saturday, a race on a Sunday. And this happened on a Saturday. And because they're in Italy, Dallara, who make the chassis, were able to ship over extra chassis overnight in Italy to Rome, and every team had a chassis for the next day. So yes, it can make a difference, 100%. Welcome Reed Van Loon, hello Kireth and all KCR members. I don't know if there's a oh, it's windy now on the circuit. It's very windy now. People in umbrellas. Chat, I think we need a weather forecast from someone. Don't know if there's going to be a KCR F1 race this evening. Ruud Van Loon has been racing very fast in that. If you actually want to race F1 cars or Super Formula cars, join the Discord and people like Ruud Van Loon will guide you to the racing. Tupetsky, when is the race starting? Or we're just waiting for the rain to ease down? No, we're not going to wait for the rain to ease down. The race should start unless it's very, very, very heavy rain, in which case, yes, it could be delayed. The best situation probably is that it starts without insane rain and then it starts raining almost immediately. So they can't cancel it. Monty's watching me and Channel 4. Yeah, you can get the dual get the pictures this time if you're in the UK. Pop the TV on and have us on your laptop or your phone and you can join in the chat. It's probably OP way of watching it in the UK. So just an FYI. Affinity's watching from Pakistan. I'm not sure Channel 4 broadcasts into Pakistan. I don't know about that one. Evolve saying they have a like-for-like floor. They changed it. Christopher Lee watching from Stansted. How do they not have a single TV with F1? Go into the Weatherspoons and tell them to put the F1 on. It's on Channel 4. They can do it. They've probably got Sky Sports. Get that off. Gary saying Future Radar says no rain until post-race. I don't believe that. Not in England. Does anyone in England today think you're going to get a 2-hour spell with no rain? Honestly. No matter where you are. Well, J-Rex, my recommendation is people sign up to that and then I have a better idea of what people need in the coaching. Which is why I did it. Jabba says thunder and heavy showers in South London. So I think, in fact, if you look at the map updating, yes, you see it's over Crawley now. I reckon that intense rain has moved southwards. I don't see any way in which that rain in Northampton, or Leicester say, is not going to make its way to Silverstone. Looting rain expected to stop in 40 minutes, but it's not raining right now. It's clear skies right now at Silverstone, but I don't care what the weather forecasters say. I just think it's going to rain, just having lived in England for many years. Mod saying it's raining in Wimbledon. Welcome Ricky McQueen from Canada as well. Goodness me, the chat is absolutely flying here. I didn't see the F3 race. I saw a car fly onto the track and take out Sophia Flörsch on the Wellington Straight. That seemed interesting. Classic F3. Chai said I looked up a weather forecast. There's rain around 4 p.m. Well, that would be bang on almost halfway through the race. So we'll see. Reed Van Loon confirming that Max does have a new floor. New floor for Max then. And what's this rumour about Sergio Perez? His performance clause dictates that he can't be more than 100 points and 5 places in WCDT behind Max. I love that. Keep him honest. Sergio Perez is going to turn it on. Otherwise, well, is Daniel Ricciardo going to be in? One weavy boy? I don't know. Lucy's just added Silverstone to the weather app. Well, keep us updated in the weather in the chat. Welcome Salhuddin Moed Siwazan watching from Malaysia. Hopefully Malaysian GP will return. Great circuit. NTM's watching from Bahrain. George, hammering down in East Anglia, had to rush to get the washing in. So East Anglia, there's rain there as well. But the Clacton-on-Sea sort of like defence bubble seems to be creating a safe zone there. Southend's there as well. Margate. But look at Milton Keynes and Northampton. Are you seriously telling me it's not going to rain at Silverstone looking at the live radar of where the rain is? Chat. Welcome Unforgiven Player, new member. Let's go. Hello. Hope you're good. Yeah, very good. Zoe's man still sleeping. Wake that man up. And if he has a subscription to give, do encourage him to subscribe as well. Christopher Lee saying Perez is cut. Welcome Martin Goodson. supporting Mercedes. Yeah, Phoenix, correct. Gazzy does have a 50 place penalty, but he's not starting last. Explain that one, aliens. Yeah, Liam Lawson's going to be doing a test in the Red Bull, but it's really a media day, so just applying the pressure though. Who do I support? I don't really support anyone in particular, I would say, like, as a manic fan. I want to see good racing, people having good drives. George Russell, what a sensational victory this would be for him. Charles Leclerc winning in Monaco as a Monegasque driver. How crazy would it be for George Russell to win his home Grand Prix here? Still being fairly new to F1, RZ says, how do all these corner straights get their name? Well, it's a good point. Wasn't there a chapel near Chapel at Silverstone? How did the Wellington Straight get its name? Stowe, I think, is the name of the village by that side. Village. I think there must have been a village there. Farm? I'm guessing there was a farm. Copse? Was there a village called Copse around that side? Chat, anyone know about the history of Silverstone? This big old field. Ex-airfield. World War II airfield. Fans on the guy and saying sunny in Montreal, Canada. What is sunny in Montreal? So what does that tell us about the weather in England, in Silverstone? Let's think about that for a moment. Gary saying next rain at 6 PM. I don't believe it, Gary. I don't believe it. It's not raining right now. There's a Hamilton Straight at Silverstone. Which one's the Hamilton Straight? Is that the one into Copse? So he can put an inside. He can go up the inside at the end of his own straight. Wellington Bombers. There we go. So the Wellington Bombers. That explains Wellington Straight. Where is this Hamilton Straight? For some reason, I thought that was at Snetterton. J-Max saying the rain's returned. Zilda thought it was Saturday. Zilda, it was Saturday yesterday. Come on, let's get yourself sorted here. Let's snap into it, please. Welcome, Carl. Good to see you. Carl Sheffield in the house. Sharkin say no rain down south. Sharkin, I live down south and I've been rained on heavily. I got caught out. We've had reports of rain in South London in the chat. We've had reports of rain in East Anglia. And I'm looking at this map and I know where Silverstone is and I just don't see how it's not going to rain at Silverstone. I don't see it. I will die on this principle. Now, I'm looking at pictures of Silverstone. It is now. Oh, no, it's not live because obviously Sky just doing another advert for Mercedes. That's how they roll. Gary saying F3 was a certified banger. Who won that one? Shake and Bake, rain and Silverstone. Who would have guessed? Yeah, classic combination. Shark and saying it is raining at Silverstone. It is raining. Culper reporting no rain in Australia. Says no rain in Australia, no rain in Montreal. Can we infer from that there's going to be no rain in the middle of England? Welcome, we love F1. Ended non-Brits don't know where the track is. Anyone watching doesn't know where Silverstone is. Do we need to get the mouse out? Should we get the mouse? Oh, Unforgiven Player upgrading the membership. Thank you so much, Unforgiven Player. Much appreciated. Upgrading to Kireth Super Legend. You tested the waters at the initial membership and you've now upgraded. Chat, please can we get some claps out in chat for the Unforgiven Player? We forgive them. Here we go. Here's a thumbs up. Thank you so much for the membership. Makes a big difference to this channel. Makes this possible. Owen Farrell in town. No rain in La Rioja, Spain. Okay, good to know. Do we need to... Also, is Stream Elements bot chilling? Do we need to get the mouse? Where's the mouse? Where is my mouse? It's not my mouse. Chat, do we need to point out where Silverstone is? Troy says Wellington Straight, obviously because of Wellington Bombers runway. And there's an F1 movie teaser trailer. Well, I'll let you know if that looks decent or not. Look at the claps coming out. Culper says, isn't Silverstone in America? Not this one. We love F1 just says Oxford. Is it raining in Oxford? So Oxford is here. Can you see? That's Oxford. Silverstone is somewhere around here. So if you're in England, basically, this is the south. I'm gonna get in trouble here. If you're not English, I'm about to get in very big trouble. This is the south. This is just. It takes a million miles to get. It takes. You could set off from here and you wouldn't get here for like a week. It's just like, for some reason, it's impossible to get here. Like Barnstable, just impossible. Boudet, I've never heard of Boudet. I've lived here. This is sort of like the rump of England. It's underwater most of the time. So you can sort of ignore that as well. No offence, anyone lives there, like George Rogers. So you've got the south. This is the south. Basically the sphere of influence of London. And then you sort of got the Midlands here. You sort of got the Midlands, which is like this bit. And then up here you got the north. I haven't even shown you the north because there's not. I'm gonna get into I'm gonna stop talking. I would get myself into big trouble. But that's how England works. Is the bottom left farmland? I don't even know what it is. It's just moors. Just moors. Apparently they got big cats there. Like there's actually like lions and panthers and stuff like down there. Because there's nothing else there. So they genuinely have like, it's like Africa. J-Matt loves Silverstone, wish it was in G7. Culper says, yeah boy. Game Muscle, you realise this giant F1 car is travelling fast speed light in the UK sky. Yeah, I have the power. Imagine seeing this at like 20,000 feet. Moving at the speed of this. Imagine just like this. Carnage. Gary, I live 5 miles from the Roval and 2 people can drive to LA in 2.5 days. Very nice. Karen says farmland is after Abbey. It's cold up north. Yeah, north is just cold. Anyone in chat who's from the north, you can tell our international friends about what the north is like. And then I didn't even get on to Wales because it's yeah. Welcome Foxy, welcome Paolo Sanchez, welcome Billy, welcome Mikel92617, welcome Daheben Hazer as well. Johnny says there is a shower over Silverstone now, then a break, then a bigger chunk of rain. Again, I don't understand how looking at this map it's not going to rain at Silverstone. It is going to rain at Silverstone. Don't listen to your weather forecasts. They're just algorithms. I'm telling you, the weather in England today is a madness. The weather in England today is just absolutely, it's just angry, bitter, it's on one. Game Muscle says Kireth is a filthy southern boy. He only dinks lemonade and Waterdown tea and Percy pigs. And Percy pigs as well. The Motorsport Magpie in the house. The Magpie's landed. The forecast is rain for next 30 minutes and then a shower at 4:15. Well, the Motorsport Magpie, I think, has a really good handle on the weather, often travelling around the country for grassroots motorsport. And I believe you on that. I really do believe you on that one. Forecast is for rain in next 30 minutes. Oh, that's sour, that one. Why would I get the sour? Oh! Woo! Do British people even see the sun sunblind? It's sunny where I am. Where I am, it's really sunny. Yeah, Matt's got a new floor. That's quite interesting. Sorry, it's just chewier than I expected. Woo. Sharkin says blue sky but black clouds at the track. Yeah, I'm looking at it now. Don't trust the weather in England. Just because it's blue skies, don't trust it. It's trying to trick you. That's what happens in England. It happened to me earlier today. I was like, oh, it's sunny outside. I'm going to go out in my t-shirt. I'm going to get a can of Coke. So I strolled out. Before I knew it, it was almost comical. It started to get grey, overcast. I've barely walked 5 minutes, and next thing I know, I'm caught in just biblical storms. George says bright sunshine and light rain currently in the Alan Partridge region. Game Muscle, blue sky is just water in the air. Russell, there's no standing water whatsoever, but the track feels quite slippery, quite strange. That's just George Roger just sweating. The sweat effect. Karen says, I'm Iran. Okay. Welcome, Ken Daniel. Great to have you here. When's the GP going to start? GP's going to start in... I don't have a clock near me. In about half an hour. Raw Talk. Good day from Perth. Go Piastri and Ricky. Rain, please. Big Daddy Rick. Weaving all over the shop yesterday. Southgate in or out? It's got to be Southgate in. Because England are in the semi-finals. I would love it. I would love it if England win the Euros playing this sort of football. Nothing would make me happier. It would just make everyone else so angry because we played terrible football. Come on. 0-0 draw, penalties against the Netherlands because they're terrible penalties. And then what? Spain in the final? I think we'll actually just batter Spain, to be honest. Can we do a countdown to race start? Unfortunately, my OBS broke, and I don't... There is a countdown of sorts. You can see the radar. Isn't the radar sort of the countdown at the bottom? Unfortunately, the ticker tape, I've just gone for Let's Go British GP, which is maybe not the most helpful thing. Welcome, Joel Collins. Tell me, Kireth, not simply Lewis. Lewis who? Lewis Hamilton? Cars are out on track, by the way, just doing some installations, making their way to the grid. And it's going to be a 52-lap race. Jabba reporting from his hut, saying rain stopped in South London, but clouds look like it could start again at the time. Yeah, the Magpie confirming 34 laps to go. Let me just get this for you here. Let me just get this for you. England's on a roll right now. Actually, no, we didn't win in the rugby, did we? If only we'd won in the rugby. If Owen Farrell wasn't here and he'd been playing rugby, maybe we would have won it. Podcat Ban says, will Lewis win this GP? Well, you'd be... I'm looking at the contact between Lando and Verstappen at Austria. It really was sort of minimal contact when you take the heat out of it. Also, I forgot to upload the F1 podcast that was shot before Silverstone. It's going to be out of date. Make sure you subscribe to the Kireth Motorsport channel for the out of date podcast that's going to go out. That's my bad. Chai, I need a grid start position for ticker. Yes, I do. Let's get that in there. Let's get that in there. I can put it in. I've got the marquee text. The marquee text is in position. Oh, here we go. Boom. Starting grid. Let's get that in. Mike, new to F1 this year. Welcome, Mike. How are you finding it? It might be a goal alert. Yes, it is. Just found out the pit straight was named the Hamilton Straight back in 2020. And it made me so happy. Yes, named after Sir Lewis Hamilton. D6, when is the grid going to assemble? They're going to assemble imminently. Normally about 30 minutes before they take their positions on the grid. Culp saying massive tornado spot. We don't really get tornadoes in the UK. It's look at that satellite map, and you're telling me it's not going to rain at Silverstone? I feel like Silverstone's in that bit that's just kind of green right now. It's just kind of green. What do we think, chat? Is there anyone else watching who's on this map? Because if we corroborate... Because I'm in London and it's sunny right now. So that's true. I'm in London, it's sunny. It's just too hot in London from all of the offices and all of the hot air that just it's not raining here right now. Gary, we need to do a proper grid walk next Formula Race here. Well, I'm going to be doing Formula E in 2 weeks' time at London, which means I have a clash with Hungary Formula 1. So I've got to work that out. And I have actually, when I was in Misano, I have uploaded my grid walk on this channel. So at some point, if you do want to see me do a grid walk, just search Kireth Grid Walk on YouTube and it should come up. I might do a grid walk playlist. I've done quite a few grid walks now. In fact, Gamer Muscles in the chat has done a grid walk. Gamer Muscles featured in my grid walk. Lucy saying Manchester's sunny. Magpie with the wind. We need someone from Bristol. Yes, very good point. Abertron, Germany. Germany's not on the map, pal. Christopher looks miserable from Stansted, but it's gone now. Lewis has a pretty terrible map. Welcome KCR Simba. Simba in the house. Let's go, Sir Lewis, to a new Ferrari fan. I go where Lewis goes. That's what you call loyalty. One of the most loyal supporters of the channel, KCR Simba there. Great to see Simba. We love F1 saying raining in Oxford. It's raining in Oxford, which could be big trouble for Oxford. Oxford could go underwater. Does not handle precipitation particularly well, that part of the world. Clickrock, on my map it will be raining at the start. Monty saying cloudy and Surrey about to rain. Stephen from Barnstaple. I definitely didn't say anything negative about Barnstaple earlier in the stream. Do not rewind it. Dry and sunny in Barnstaple. Unforgiven's got light on rain. 30 minutes to go. Yes, 30 minutes to go. By the way, 163 likes, 1,000 people watching. Come on. Everyone watching, hit that like button right now. And honestly, if everyone hits it, just smash the like button for free. That will go up to like 250 immediately. Just smash that like button. We'll make a push to 250 and we'll hold at 250. No further than 250. We just want to get to 250 and hold. Push and hold that territory at 250. So smash that like button right now. Let's see if we're going to have a big push on the like front. Yes, there will be rain in the UK, right? It's going up now. 178. 178 likes. Is it going to go up any more? We're going to push through 200. 202 now. 202 likes. Remember, it's a big push to 250. Hit the like button. We're trying to make that push to 250. Last stop, 202. Now 214. We're still going. The push for 250, 214. Keep hitting that like button. Welcome, Ragavir Das. Thanks so much for 19 rupees. New profile picture for Ragavir Das. Thank you so much with the upside down smiley. Hope you're doing well, Lord Ragavir. 221 likes. Chat, we're getting close to 250. 235. Big push. Big advance. So we want to hold. We don't want to go further than 250. We just want to hit 250, but no further. So maybe 246. And now ease off. Ease off now. Let's ease off. Let's not go crazy. 246. Just a couple more. Exactly 254. We've overhit it. We've gone bust. If anyone's played blackjack, we've made a big mess of that one. 260. Chat, what are you doing? There's too many likes now. You need to balance it with some dislikes. It's D6 saying nuke the like button. But there we go. 250 likes. We've achieved it. What a big push. Oh, the red arrows are in town. The red arrows are here. Fibber says, unlike in mass. We need to find that equilibrium. Find the 250. And then we decide when we go for the next push. Is there any way to coordinate this? There are big clouds around Silverstone. Lando Norris gets out the car. His car's on the grid. Luce Sainz rating, no more rain now, maybe 1 hour into the race. But there hasn't been rain for a while, so I'm a bit confused. Right, are we going to get the F1 trailer? Brad Pitt seems to be here. With Apex Racing, aka Sunny Hayes. Big Sunny. Oh, I'm going to get the trailer. Let me describe what's happening. It's from Warner Brothers, a Discovery company. It's also an Apple original film. Sunny Hayes is having a few pints in the pub with a lady, might be his wife, not sure. He looks kind of old. Now they're at Monza, I believe. And was that Paddy Lowe on the thing? I don't know. And now there's another gentleman walking down. They're coming out of Silverstone now, the Apex GT. Sunny Hayes looking down at the tarmac. Driving at Silverstone. There's no one else around. They're doing a test. Is he going to crash? Is this where the crash happened? Now there's a grid at Silverstone. There's a crash. They're at Monza. His teammate throws his helmet. Max Verstappen's there. He goes into gravel. They're at Spa. He's still talking with his lady friend in the pub. Getting squeezed at Bahrain, maybe. There's a female mechanic. Gunther Steiner's there. Then there might be Javier Bardem. And pit stop at Monza is his teammate. There's the female mechanic has an issue with her tyre gun. And now there's a teammate battle between Big Sonny Hayes and his teammate at Silverstone. Coming around the last corner, is this where we're going to see that crash? If you remember, they filmed it. His teammate, is he going to stick a wheel up the inside? No. Big Sonny's ahead. Big Sonny Hayes. And that's it. I don't think it's going to win any Oscars, I'm going to be honest. Now it's time for the grid walk. It's Martin Brundle, MB, on the circuit. And it's a big, busy grid walk, as you might expect, at the most corporate race in the world. It's a busy one. I'll just try and tell you who's there, who's not there. Who are the celebrities that have been designated as accidentally bumping into Martin Brundle when it's all heavily choreographed and he knows who he's going to speak to. That's why they have the graphics ready, and all the celebrities kind of have a chaperone who puts him in the right place. Here comes Jeremy Clarkson. You should be farming or something, he says. I don't know. Clarkson, obviously from just west of Oxford, so we'll know the weather. Probably knows the weather better than most people, actually, to be honest. Welcome, Deliganis from Greece. Any possibility of Lewis pulling out? I don't think he'll want to pull out. Be great for the marketing. So that was Jeremy Clarkson was there. Who else is on the grid? Are we going to speak to Big Sonny Hayes? Oh, it's Chris Hoy. Chris Hoy, who I spoke to Chris Hoy actually last year in London at Formula E. I called him a 5-time Olympic champion. He's actually a 6-time Olympic champion. Great documentary with Chris Hoy as he tried to get to Le Mans, and a really interesting moment when he switched from right foot braking to left foot braking and became a lot faster. So it's an interesting documentary there. I think it's a bit like the Fassbender one. Unforgiven player, how much are tickets for an F1 race? Well, at Silverstone, they're very, very, very expensive. Jamal says F1 should be in the Olympics. Maybe. So Chris Hoy's here, big VIP. Who else is here? Oh, Chaperone has said, Martin Brundle, you need to speak to this person. And it's the goalkeeper lady from England. Can't remember her name. Needed to flash up. But Mary Earps, yeah, so that's a tie-up. Literally the chaperone came in and said, Martin, you need to speak to this person now because we signed a contract and they've agreed to come here for the publicity. That might be an aspersion. Allegedly. Guy Martin, Channel 4, 9 PM, don't miss it. Sounds exciting. By the way, it's not raining at Silverstone. It's not raining at Silverstone. The chaperone now pulls Martin Brundle is Big Mo Farah. Big Mo Farah here. It's a who's who of the British Olympic and sporting great. 4-time Olympic champion Sir Mo Farah. Who else is going to be here? Johnny says Mr. Bean on the grid. Has Mr. Bean been sighted? Gary iRacing for the Olympics. Right, who else? Eddie Hearn's there. Doesn't really have a great relationship with Sky, so probably, yeah, he's not been chaperoned in. In fact, he's had a big falling out with Sky Sports. Who else is on the grid today in this who's who? Sir Jackie Stewart's here. He doesn't have a chaperone, but I want to hear from Sir Jackie Stewart. That's what you call a proper racer. Is our thing correct? Or do I need to paste that in? Let me paste it in. Welcome, Dinky Cross Jennifer. I've been working at Silverstone, but they didn't need me. What was that for? Was that going to be selling Dinky Crafts? Goal alert. F1 and racing is overall international competition. There's another chaperone has been told to interview this person. Who is it? He's got a million VIP things. He's very talkative. Martin Brundle looks like he's a little bit afraid. He doesn't want to speak to him. bumps into David Coulthard. If you're watching Channel 4 coverage, you'll just see whoever that kind of quasi-celebrity was. Rowan Atkinson does like fast cars, but he owns a McLaren F1, doesn't he? Dinky works in security at sport arenas. Well, let's hope everyone's going to be safe here at Silverstone. Martin Brundle trying to interview someone there. He wasn't really interested. Was that? It looks like the Pink Floyd man. Don't know his name. Brian Mayo Queen. Oh, goodness. See, I'm not making myself very popular in the stream, am I? F1 needs to come to Cape Town, South Africa. Right, Martin Brundle, who's he going to go on the prowl for now? There's so many celebrities. You can't move without bumping into a celeb. Who's this? Dave. It's a Pro Drive man. Can't remember his name. He's looking on a bit now. Oh, and Mr. Bean. It's Mr. Bean is here. He's got a cane. Hope he's okay. He's got a cane. Mr. Bean just walked into the French female goalkeeper. You mean the English one? Welcome Pakya Yeha, Mario Sino, Dinky Cross, and Brendan as well. Jamal says Russell Hamilton Norris crash. Through goes Piastri. I'm calling it. Well, we'll find out. Mr. Bean is certainly someone who knows his cars, especially minis. Yeah, it's been a very chaotic grid walk. Wonder if my grid walk in 2 weeks' time is going to be similar. We will see. It's not raining now. It's not raining. Oh, maybe it's an umbrella. It's probably an umbrella Mr. Bean has, not a cane. I don't want that to go viral and people are going to... That'll be fake news. I suspect it's actually an umbrella now I think about it. But look at the satellite map. How is it not going to rain at Silverstone? Welcome Bakos GT. Welcome Martin as well. Good to see you. Right, Martin Brundle on the prowl again. Who's he going to find? So many VIPs. This is where the VIPs want to come to. They don't want to go to Hungary. Remember last year at Hungary, it was just Terry Crews was celebrity made out there. There was literally no one else out there. Oh, it's the is that the YouTube restoration guy? Is it Matt Armstrong? He's there. If one of these cars crashes, no doubt he'll be able to rebuild it. Chris Hoy again. We've already spoken with him. Don't need to speak with him again. Not in a pejorative sense, just in terms of... Why have they removed grandstands and built hotel rooms opposite? That's so silly. Stuart Broad's here. Obviously, big connection with Sky because of the cricket. It's all... It's just... It's very incestuous, this. It's not random. It's not like you just bump into Stuart Broad. Rick Noland, howdy. Kireth, hope you and yours are well. You're not too bad, thanks. Are we hitting 100k subs today? Well, no chance. We could hit 93k. That'd be very ambitious, but we could hit 93k. Daniel Ricciardo also starting from the pit lane. Is that... Do we need to update our ticker then? Stuart Broad. Broadbean. Who else? Who else is on the grid? Let's see. Where are the chaperones? I think MB might be being chaperoned somewhere. Who is it? Who's it going to be? Where's Brad Pitt? Oh, this is now the guy from Queen. Brian May. D6, where's my seat for this race? Have popcorn. Well, you definitely get your snacks. I mean, it's overcast right now. It's not sunny at Silverstone, which, you know, you would say is the precursor for rain. I think it's going to get cloudy where I am as well. I think even though it seems very bright on my face, I think it's about to get cloudy. Section says, who is the best bit driver at the moment? It could well be Mr. Bean. Isabel Flug doesn't have any information. Martin Brundle on the move now. Breaking into a slow jog. Who's he looking for? Lando Norris making his way to the grid. But there's already been a Sky interview. It's a lady from Sky who's already interviewed him. Nico Hulkenberg now. Oh, being protected by a lady from interviews. Martin Brundle being pushed back. I feel like this is deliberate bait for a sort of viral moment. They've planned this. Security is pushing Martin Brundle back. Helmut Marko making his way through. Looking at the sky, saying it might rain, I think. Static, I'm in Reading. Just had a heavy 30-minute shower. Might be heading your way. So Reading, just sort of west of Slough there. Rain in Reading being reported. Is anyone sort of north of Silverstone? Martin Brundle's grid will be on Sky, but they'll post it after the race on YouTube. You can verify my assessment of what's going on here. Brian May is up and down the grid. Jennifer says we've got sunshine in Yorkshire. Okay, we're not quite going up into Yorkshire, are we? Right, okay, that was all a bit unsavoury. It's now time for the anthem. Is the British anthem a banger? And also, why don't I get anthem files and play them at the same time as the anthem? Because that wouldn't be copyright. You can't copyright an anthem, can you? Can you copyright an anthem? Brian May snub Channel 4. Martin Brundle still on the move. Goodness me. Oh, it's Sam Fender. Who is just... Oh, Sam Ryder. Seems to be always just so happy to be wherever he is. Great enthusiasm. Imagine if everyone in the world was just that sort of happy to just be alive. I don't need chips. I've got my Percy pigs here. Swansea, South Wales is sunshine. That chucking it down in Surrey now. Chucking it down in Surrey. Cape Town has heavy rain. Right, who's doing the anthem? It's Hannah Waddingham. She's going to absolutely belt out this one. How can it not be a certified banger? Chat, can we let me know in the chat, is the British anthem certified banger or not? Obviously it changes. Isabel saying British anthem definitely not a banger, very royalist. And they put the British drivers together and they haven't put Alex Albon there. Oh my goodness. That's controversial. They put the 3 British drivers, Russell, Hamilton and Norris, at the front. And they have not put Alex Albon there. Ooh, as the red arrows go over, it's very American. I do like this. Yes, fireworks. Smoke. Red arrows. Just makes you proud to be American. I mean British. A little bit of rain in Guildford. Affinity, God Save the King just doesn't hit the same. You prefer the God Save the Queen. Gerard, movie must be fiction. They let a new team into F1. Yes, indeed. Lewis says it's a banger. The Republicans can move to France. Hannah looks like Bridget Bardot. I don't know what Bridget Bardot is. Vlatka, since it's the only anthem I recognise, I say it is. Is about Alex Albon's driving under the Thai flag. Yeah, but doesn't he have a British passport though? I know it's like Sasha Fenestraz in Formula E. He races under a French flag, but he's really Argentinian. Isn't it like that? Wasn't there a Swiss driver he had to race under a French flag as well? Mike says it's a banger. He might race under a Thai license, but does that not stop? Is he not still? I don't understand how this works. I'm going to be honest. Roy says Albon had a long interview during the driver parade. Maybe he was meant to be at the front. But if you're arguing like that, Verstappen would be Belgian as well. Well, maybe. I don't know. I don't know how this is. Wouldn't Lando be Belgian as well? Belgian's OP. Right, we are just 10 minutes away now from the start of the race. I can't wait. And it is sort of overcast. It's not sunny, but it's not raining either at Silverstone. Name this podcast later. First corner mayhem, anyone? I'd be surprised if there's first corner mayhem. But by the time they get to Cops, there's a big Union Jack making its way down the Hamilton Straight. That's got to wait. Need to gather that one up. D6 watching the stream on 2 devices, very nice. Monty likes the Spain national anthem, no words. Pure banger, no words. What do I think of the F1 trailer? It seems very sort of like made for Apple TV, if that is an indication. Lewis, you have to register your nationality with the FIA. Nothing else matters other than what you tell the FIA. There we go then, confirmed. It's what you tell the FIA, that's what goes. So, sorry Alex Albon, but you could have been at the front, but you're not. Seems to be the outcome of that. Seema says they make the best beer. Who? You can't just say a comment like that in isolation. You've got to let us know who. Zach Brown decided to turn up. Bono, some last minute words with Lewis Hamilton. We're getting very close now. There's less than 10 minutes to go, everyone. JK says 6% rain later. I feel like it's going to be more than 6% rain, but I might be wrong. Gary got your backpack. There we go, chat. If you want to win a backpack, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Hit that subscribe button right now if you're not subscribed. Hit the like button. And there's a competition. People are winning backpacks. This is real. Gary, how good is the backpack? Gary, sell the backpack. Actually, just be honest. What's good about the backpack? What's not good about the backpack? It's not sponsored. Just tell us what you really think, Gary. Dude, our national anthem has bombs and rockets in it. That tells you all you need to know about the US. Gary says, well, it does fit a 16-inch laptop. Anthony's saying rain 1 hour into the race. And Lucy saying the rain apps change. Also, look at what's going on in the southwest of England. There's so much rain there now. Welcome, Crazy Aid from Limassol. 3 p.m, 100% rain. But chat, 3 p.m.'s in 8 minutes. Are you telling me it's going to rain in 8 minutes? Welcome, Bob Badger. Are you telling me it's going to rain in 8 minutes? Chat. Are you telling me it's going to rain in 8 minutes at Silverstone? Can we check this? Fire Up saying Ferrari says no. ClickRot 99%. Is it rain in 8 minutes? Ferrari said 60 minutes. They might be on Italian timing. Mike's got the height from the rain. Chat, who has that weather forecast? Who has that weather forecast? Is it rain in 7 minutes at Silverstone? This is very important. Lucy saying 100%. I'm just saying, when all the weather forecasts saying like, oh, it's not going to rain today. There's going to be no rain in England today. Our algorithm says. I was saying, you remember, wasn't I saying, it's going to rain. It's going to rain at Silverstone. I don't need an algorithm. I don't need an AI to tell me. I just know it's going to rain because I'm English and I'm in England and I'm looking at the sky and it's one of those skies. It's just like, I'm going to rain on you. It's got that look in it. Ferrari said to the radio they don't expect rain until 60 minutes. Fabrice saying 3:30 till 4. That was very rough. Fabrice has got a specific window there. Yugi says mild showers in Birmingham at the moment. Mild showers in Birmingham. And also look at Leicester. The rain's heavy in Leicester. If that rain is coming south, and by the way, I'll get an indication because if it starts to rain in London, that'll be that front moving south. Gary says rain is to the north of the track and moving east. Okay. Well, don't go anywhere, anyone, because we're about to see what's going to happen at the beginning. Anthony Hamilton here. Looking at his boy. George Russell as well. BFL, if it's raining, Max will win. Risk of rain 6%. Right, here's what we do, chat. Firstly, share the stream right now. Underneath the stream, there'll be a share button, like a red button. Hit share. Share it on YouTube, Twitter, Insta, Facebook, wherever your platform you want. Share it. Share the stream. Let people know this is where you're doing the watch along or as part of the watch along. And let me know in the chat whether you think it's going to rain or not. Sky, I've got someone just dancing on the straight right now in the rain. Maybe that's what they're predicting. I think she's interpreting Zhou Guan Yu's horrific, almost deadly crash through the medium of dance there. So very bold. Maybe they'll do the Verstappen-Hamilton crash also through interpretive dance. Welcome to 2024, everyone. The dude, biggest chance at 90% at 2 p.m. Okay, let's see. Jason Good said raining in London now. The one who asked says, I think it's going to rain as well. Would rain change my prediction? I think rain is going to shake everything up. And if Ferrari have got the wrong clocks, if they haven't gone over to UK time, they're going to be in big trouble, which will be a lot of fun to watch. Lucy said she's called Connie Constance. Black said I'd be disappointed if it doesn't rain. Yep, just 4 minutes to go. Xander says Hamilton moving to Ferrari. Is Daniel Ricciardo leaving Red Bull in his prime? Ferrari will blunder and Mercedes will be competitive again next year. Well, it's pretty even if you look at the race wins. Ferrari have won more races than Mercedes this year. So let's see. Anthony saying Ocon P1 for rains. Lucy, my app says 47 minutes of rain. Well, it's going to happen now. I'm looking at the skies and it's big rain clouds. Seema says it will just drizzle, rain on and off, I think. So, yeah, you got the standings there at the top, everyone. Lewis, it doesn't matter what Ferrari predicts. They will put hards on during a cyclone. And yes, Perez and Ricciardo starting from the pit lane. We are just 3 minutes away here from the start of the 2024 British Grand Prix at Silverstone in the middle of a big muddy field. Press F for anyone who had to park their car in one of the faraway car parks and use the park and ride. That must have been an absolutely harrowing experience. But hopefully everyone's made it now to the grandstands, to the general admission areas. And the cars are on the grid. Seema just says big bada boom. Rowdy, dry in Northampton. Prozumi, welcome Prozumi. If Newey goes to Ferrari, they might create a monster. Yes, indeed. He's arguably the biggest free agent. Monty says Senna would beat them all in the wet. Well, Senna's not going to do that today. I wonder who's going to win this British Grand Prix. And I'm just keeping the radar up for the moment. Welcome Taha Rasul. Good to see you. We're just 2 minutes away now at Silverstone for the British Grand Prix. The hype ends now. Now we get down to racing, and it's a huge race in the championship because your championship leader Max Verstappen is starting fourth. If he has some kind of issue here and doesn't score points, whoever does win this race is going to make big headway into Verstappen in the Drivers' Championship, something that we would have thought was unthinkable a few months ago. Yeah, smash that like button, everyone. Let's make a big push to 500 likes. We're going to try and go for 1,000 likes in this one. Oh, there's big rain near Silverstone. From helicopter images, there's huge rain near Silverstone. Seema's nervous. Anthony confirming Max's floor damage. Ricky, what a contrast from last year's season. The hype is now incredible. Yes, indeed. Seeing some heat haze come off the grandstands and the hotel rooms. What a disgraceful thing to, instead of building a grandstand for fans, they've made hotel rooms for the select few. I really don't approve of that. I think it's everything that's wrong with Formula One and just sort of like this sort of corporate culture of Formula One. I really don't like it. But fair play, anyone who's booked a hotel room or got a sponsor one is there now. It's a really good place to watch. Welcome, Tatamo. Where is Silverstone on the map? It's just above South Northampton. But I am going to remove the map now. The map is going to go because the drivers are about to start their formation lap. So we don't need the map. And the mechanics take off the tyre warmers. George Rogers says Channel 4 Moolah adverts. Don't know what a Moolah is. There we go. Here we go. This is our standing. See Sergio Perez from the pits. Gary Lee reporting in saying the rain is 23 miles west of the track. Welcome, Stephen Oosterhurt. Hunter Jumper happy to like. Zoe feels freezing and nervous for the race. Let's go indeed. Yeah, not too much rain. A bit of rain, not too much rain. As soon as the clock goes to 3 o'clock local time and my time, as the tag heuer does tick over now to 3 o'clock. Green light and we start the formation lap. The formation lap is underway. Are we doing a race prediction? Oh, is it going to be a British 1, 2, 3? Let's play the music. Because it is now the formation lap. We are just moments away, everyone. And a one-stop has been predicted here. Only a one-stop race at Silverstone. Interesting. As Pirelli have brought their hard compounds. Welcome, Snowline. So if you want to predict who's going to be the 1, 2, 3, let us know in the chat now. But in terms of our top 10 for this race, this is how they're lining up. It is a Mercedes 1, 2, George Russell in first place, Lewis Hamilton in second. Will he make a move early on? Lando Norris P3, Max Verstappen all the way down in P4 with potentially a damaged floor as well. Oscar Piastri in P5, he's been quick here last year. Nico Hulkenberg, bit of a dark horse in the Haas in P6. Carlos Sainz in the Ferrari in P7. Lance Stroll is the fastest Aston Martin, their home race in P8. Alex Albon in P9 and Fernando Alonso rounds out the top 10. It's going to be 52 laps of Silverstone with some rain potentially in the air as well. It should be very, very, very exciting. Let us know in the chat who you think is going to win this race. I can't wait, to be honest. Ricky saying Hulk. Prediction for the Hulk. Floor fixed. Apparently you can fix it. Okay, well, let's see if it's well and truly fixed. So the formation lap continues. George Russell making its way past the pit exit. Pit entry, I should say. Big Thunder in Surrey. So what's going to happen now, chat, is I'm going to be about maybe 20-30 seconds behind you. Behind the live timings. But I want to see the live pictures. And then I'll resync up with you, if that's okay. I'll resync up with you. Affinity was too busy coding, didn't pay attention. Let's do it all over again for Affinity. Maverick, good day, gentlemen. Good to see you. Glitching, Max Hamilton, Piastri. Arav99 in the house as well. Will it be a good race for Oscar Piastri? Who knows? It's prediction time. It's going to be a long gridding up procedure. Someone does dive into the pits. That presumably is Daniel Ricciardo, who just for banter. No, it's Pierre Gasly. We have an issue with the car. The 950 players grid penalty hasn't helped them. Pierre Gasly has had to box before the race has started. And as he's coming in, Sergio Perez is coming out. In fact, the race has started already. Goodness me, the race has started, chat. Right. Well, like I promised, I'm going to call it as I see it. I'm going to call it as I see it, and then I'm going to catch up. I'm going to catch up with you because all cars are on the grid. The man with the green flag, 3 red lights, 4 red lights, 5 red lights. Red lights go out, and here we go. Is it a good start for Hamilton on the inside? No, he pulls in behind Russell, and Lando pulls in behind Hamilton as well. And then there's Max Verstappen in P4. Piastri trying to give Verstappen something to think about. But it's basically as we were. They do sort of fan around as they come into village there. In fact, Lando Norris a little bit scrap. Oh, Lando Norris is going to lose out to Verstappen. Verstappen gets past Lando Norris early doors. Round the outside onto the Wellington Straight. And it was a mistake from Lando Norris. He ran deep. And I reckon he's going to be under pressure from Piastri now. Well, footage wasn't actually live there. I was 20 seconds behind. That's why I was a bit further. So there we go, tyres. Thank you so much. Rain in 45 minutes being reported. And you can see Zhou Guanyu, Esteban Ocon on the soft tyre. Pierre Gasly, I mean, it doesn't really get much worse than that. It does remind me, ironically, of Yuki Tsunoda last year in the RB Cash App, or the AlphaTauri, I think it was back then. Had some horrendous races. But yeah, Lando Norris has lost out there to Max Verstappen. Isabel says Alpine in their banter era. Typical Alpine. I was wearing the Alpine shirt yesterday just to send them good luck. Welcome Bianca Rautenbach, Vikram Huda, Trillion and the Animal 200 as well. But George Russell is a driver streaking away. Is he going to be able to gap Lewis Hamilton? And look at Sergio Perez, who's come out from the pits. Keep an eye on the Perez strategy here, as surely he's going to catch that train fairly quickly. DRS has already been enabled, by the way. Yes, Russell leads at the moment. If you're a Mercedes fan, it's looking good for you right now because George Russell is in the lead of the Grand Prix, followed by Lewis Hamilton. Are we going to see a Mercedes 1-2? It was only a few years ago when this was the standard and it was quite boring. Does anyone remember that? Oh, Mercedes are going to win 1-2. What order is it going to be? But now it's exciting how the turns have tabled there. Ian Anson said hopefully would like to see the 3 Brits to win. Bring it home, boys. Well, Lando Norris didn't get the memo there, and he's actually under pressure from Oscar Piastri. I think it was an unforced error from Norris. He's just set the fastest 6-1 out of anyone, though. So Lando is now on the move. But what can he do here? He's going to need to try and get past Verstappen. And Verstappen isn't necessarily, you would say, really applying the pressure on Lewis Hamilton. Ted can smell the dive bomb from Lando. And remember, the weather, probably rain potentially in 25 minutes. There we go. Hamilton being told rain potentially in 25 minutes. What does that mean for strategy? You definitely don't want a box before then, which is probably why everyone's doing a 1-stop. Because if you think it's going to rain, you kind of want to be out there and pit when the rain comes down. Charles Leclerc is up to P8. So great start from Charles Leclerc there. He's made a huge number of positions. Yeah, up 3 paces. Up 3 paces. Snowland Reset remembers the Mercedes era. Puncture for Ocon. Not sure, but he's on the soft tyre. It's Valtteri Bottas who really dropped out the back of that pack there. And he might fall into the clutches of Sergio Perez quite soon. BFL saying George is 0.4 faster Lewis in Sector 3. He was also great in that sector in qualifying. Do you remember? That's where George Russell really won it. Hulkenberg incident, gaining an advantage by leading the track, has been noted. So Nico Hulkenberg is under investigation. Welcome Shine as well. Here we go. There's a goal alert, but really it's a update alert in the ticker tape there as we go into... Oh, goodness me. Where has my thing gone here? Let me try and find it. Let me get this for you. There we go. Goodness me. Race 50 out of 52. That's what we like to see. Let's just pop it over there. And you know where we are in the race. Hopefully that's very helpful. It's George Russell who's out of DRS already. In fact, the Mercedes, it's looking like potential Mercedes domination here. Mercedes clear of DRS on Verstappen. Yes, indeed. Are the Mercedes going to work together here? We saw England win yesterday in the football. Are the 2 British Mercedes drivers also going to work together? Ian Anderson, I think Max Hamilton knew Schumacher last race. Explain that. Explain yourselves there. Verstappen already 2.9 seconds off the lead. These are the gaps that we're used to seeing Verstappen pulling on other drivers. Sheikh Sibat loves it. Are you loving the race right now? Not 1-2 Mercedes. I want to see it again after so long. And by the way, there's not a Hulkenberg train. There's a Fernando Alonso train. Hulkenberg is free of Alonso. And Hulkenberg's really on the back of Charles Leclerc. Affinity loved the Mercedes sandwich in Monaco. Yeah, it just indicates that it is the race. Norris, there's a small shower that might appear on lap 6. It might just affect turn 15. So because the circuit is so big here, we get that very localized rain. Hi, Wizard saying Hamilton right now. Toto, how do I sign back? It's too late, Lewis. You're going to Ferrari. You're going to give up the seat, presumably to Kimi Antonelli, who had a great result here yesterday. But has Lewis Hamilton made a big mistake? We'll see. Phil, because Hamilton is leading, He seems to be in a better mind to help his teammate. It's actually pretty great to see. Snowline, those Mercedes will block Verstappen for the next 90 minutes. They may work together to block Lewis Hamilton. It's true. Now I'm going to see what happened to Lando Norris as he came into a village there. He sort of got concertinaed. He tried to go round the outside. Oh, hang on. There's a bit more to this. He tried to go round the outside of Lewis Hamilton into the right-hander. He didn't have any space. He went wide, and that's how Max Verstappen was able to overtake him. I'm a little bit surprised that Lando hasn't been crying on the radio saying I was squeezed off. Yeah, Gazzy's just given up here. So I'm having a look here. Lando Norris, yeah, he tried to go around the outside of Hamilton. He was run wide, I would say, and Verstappen took his opportunity. So maybe a little bit naive there for Lando Norris. Possible left damage for Alex Albon. I'm going to have a look where he might have got it. Was there a concertina effect? Oh, yes. I think it must have been Hülkenberg rejoining. And I think Albon hit the back of Fernando Alonso. So I wouldn't be surprised if Albon's got damage. He's under big pressure from Logan Sargent. Big Logan Sargent is putting under pressure. And Valtteri Bottas must have had an incident there. In fact, I think I'm on board with Zhou Guanyu. As he did well to avoid Alex Albon, who was all over the shop, frankly. And Albon ran over someone else's wing as well. Those two, Max is losing a second a lap. I don't think it's quite that much. But you see, Verstappen looks like he's going to come under pressure here from Lando. Lando now almost from the second. Expecting increased rain around lap 16, Verstappen told. Dominator saying Norris still looks inexperienced when it comes to top fights. Yeah, he didn't need to go for that move there. He would have been better off going, around the inside, around, after the Wellington Straight, I believe. Prosuming Max can't be this slow with a rocket car. Well, let's see. As Sergio Perez is about to hit the back of the pack here, we'll see what he does. And now it's a Lance Stroll train, so Charles Leclerc will really need to try and get past Lance Stroll. He is within DRS. Let's see what happens here. Down into Stowe. Charles Leclerc. Will he have the overspeed in the Ferrari against the Aston Martin? Will he be able to catch? It's half a second. It's 3/10. It's 2/10. But I don't think it's going to be enough. He'd need to try and go around the outside there. But he might want to do that. It's only 1/10 now. But he might want to do that before the rain comes down. So he doesn't have to go offline. Isabel saying Albon made contact with Alonso at the start when Hulk rejoined unsafely. Yes, I think that was investigated though, and I think Hülkenberg wasn't found to have been penalised. Our Japanese friend here saying, why is Checo acting like a back marker? He's just blending in. Undercover agent Checo. He's blending in as a back marker, and then he's going to strike. Welcome James, welcome Furhat. Rain incoming in 10 laps. No Stews, is it easier on the tyres to be in or out of DRS? I wouldn't say it makes that much difference, but if you're in DRS, you're also going to be in the dirty air when it comes to the corners, and that might affect you on the tyres. Ian says it's raining in Guildford, so be it on its way to Silverstone. There's your answer, Furhat. Phil says there's no way Alonso should be behind Lance, not in any multiverse. Well, he is, so deal with it, because Lance Stroll is on fire here in P7. He's the big boy Aston Martin driver. Teaching. Is Alonso past it? He's all the way down in P10. Chai saying big shower. Amelia Clark's here with Ferrari, I think. Dean says, can Perez win this? Well, honestly, depending on the rain, you never know. You never know. He could win it. And look at Verstappen here. Verstappen's got out of the clutches of Lando Norris. Verstappen just might be trying to understand his car. Kidney saying it's Max's showtime. Who's Manche saying, Lando, come on, bruv. What is Blood doing back here in P4 under pressure from Piastri when he should be pressurising Verstappen? And now we've got the big Lance Stroll train all aboard. You can see Charles Leclerc really needs to get past. Will he be able to do it in the Hamilton straight? Maybe round the outside here for Charles Leclerc. No, he's not quite close enough. Phil saying go on Alonso. MBSL saying go on Yuki. Let us know in the chat who you're supporting, by the way. Who are you supporting here? D6 says Pueng. Rudyard, come on, Stroll. Speed up, man. Veerman, why is Leclerc behind Stroll? It's because he hasn't been able to overtake yet. But let's say if he has a good Maggots and Beckett's, hopefully he'll be able to make a move. But he's dropped back a little bit. Almost into the clutches of Nico Hülkenberg. And looking at a replay of Daniel Ricciardo. Has he been weaving all over the track again? This is Ricciardo trying to get past Zhou Guanyu, presumably. And Ricciardo went to the outside. And it would have been a pretty good move on Zhou Guanyu, who's lost out for quite a few drivers now. So Kevin Magnussen also made a move. Looking very, very, very racy. So lots of stuff happening at the back there. Valtteri Bottas, though, in that stake. Looks like he's in big trouble. And I don't think it's going to be a fun day for the likes of Zhou Guanyu, Esteban Ocon, or Valtteri Bottas. That's what I'm predicting. Flavio Veron. Is it hailing? How far is Max from Hamilton, please? Well, 2 seconds. You got the timings, my friend. Rain in 10 minutes. Rain in 10 minutes. Okay. So if the rain comes down in 10 minutes, here's what is going to happen. Who is going to be brave enough to go on the intermediates first? Who's going to call it right? Who's going to go too early? Who's going to go too late? Who's going to call it in the middle? And if the rain comes down heavy, who's going to keep it on track? And then when the rain dries up, who's going to go onto the soft tyre first? Or the mediums, or whatever the strategy is? We will see. Lucy says you can see the rain falling from the clouds. The unmistakable sign of rain there. Elixir saying rain shakes everyone up. So rain in 10 minutes, everyone. We're predicting rain in 10 minutes. Let me just flick on the weather again. There you can see definitely a movement eastwards in the rain bands, and that will surely be coming over Silverstone. Leclerc being told rain expected in 7 laps, lasting for 10 minutes. Johnny saying short, sharp shower incoming. Vlatka BRB before the rain. Good timing. We're looking at Sergio Perez. That would also be getting past Zhou Guanyu. And the stake F1 cars are looking absolutely terrible here. Zhou Guanyu's on the soft tyre. Esteban Ocon's got some front wing damage on the left front, I've seen. So he might have some... that's really not where you want the damage for this circuit. In that place. Left front aero damage. And I'm looking at the classic over-the-shoulder shot of the rain. And I think there's bigger rain behind that one. I think there's big rain behind this incoming shower. So it might be the case. If you were with us in free practice 3. By the way, if you're new here, 4,000 people watching. If you're new, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now. It's completely free. It helps us out. It helps me get more access. It's just me doing this. It's not a big company. It's literally just me streaming it here for you. And on FP3, when we streamed FP3... we saw some drivers, like the Mercedes, spent a lot of time on the intermediate tyres, and I speculated it might have been to get a really nice scrubbed set of inters. And what that means is, if the rain comes down in 10 minutes and you need to go onto fresh inters, because you need the tread, you can do that. But when the rain dries up, you might not want to go onto dry tyres. You might want to go on some heavily scrubbed inters, where you got a little bit of tread, but not enough tread that the blocks are going to move around. So we'll see if some teams have really done the homework on the Friday and the Saturday and got themselves some nicely scrubbed inters. Let's see. Beanod saying, why is Max so slow? Hi, Wizard. I'm thinking Zhou will have a seat next year. Well, he wants to be a reserve driver. So, you know, you'll have a choice of the pickings there if you want to be a reserve. But let's not forget that it is the 2 Mercedes drivers out the front. But it doesn't matter too much if it's going to rain. Clickrock saying that we need the rain because top 6 might be boring. There's big rain nearby. Lightball saying monsoon incoming. And D6 saying the WOAT is in P16. There's been a sighting of the WOAT in P16. Can we confirm? George, raining again in Kings Lynn. So it's raining in the east. It's raining in the west. Is it going to rain in the middle of the country at Silverstone? Let's see. Finn saying Ferrari will stay on slicks. And Ferrari will do something terrible. We know that's going to happen. Oh, there's big rain nearby. There's big rain nearby. The farmers are going to be happy. But are the F1 drivers? Are the F1 drivers? As Sergio Perez is behind Kevin Magnussen. Mike Lebrun, Mercedes should sign Sainz. He's the only one competing with the top dogs when they might want to go for Kimi instead. Ted Hamilton is catching, but it's been manipulated. We'll see. Look at the top 5 here. And then Carlos Sainz. Norris was being told on the radio something that might be about rain. Lou says, buckle up, folks. It's about to get spicy. Yes, indeed. Welcome, Ivan, joining at the right time. Johnny's saying they're going to have to go full wet. Kibitza Lover saying George will bin it. Chat, who's going to be first to bin it if it rains? Let us know. Hardy35, Frenzy, Decos, Cornelius, welcome to the community. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. Asteroid saying it's confirmed raining in Sweden there. Good intelligence. Boomer Monsoon rain heavy. Madonna's paying for a Hamilton win. Elixir Haas goes on wets. Everyone else on inters. Verstappen expect the rain to last about 5 minutes. And then there'll be a window of 10 minutes for a longer cell. I think we're going to get big rain later in this race. That's my prediction. I think we're going to get a sprinkle. We're going to get a taster. And then we're going to get the main course of water. Looks like Snowline might agree there. Dark Cloud saying Alfonso is a favourite if it rains. Maybe Alfonso is just biding his time here. We'll see. Right, saying Ferrari for the win. Bob, as Annie Lennox once said, here comes the rain again. Yes, that's what's going to happen if it does rain again in this one. Flavio, Perez will always be second driver. Boeing saying Verstappen comes in clutch in the tyres. Well, we're about to find out because the rain is going to drop like a filthy rhythm and is going to cause chaos here at Silverstone. Where is it going to drop first? Is it going to drop at Copse like we saw in qualifying and Max Verstappen was caught out? Is it going to drop down the Hamilton straight? Is it going to drop down the Wellington straight? Is it going to drop in the pits? Are we going to see Christian Horner do the patented is it raining technique? We will see. John James saying it's hammer time. Boomy saying Oscar will win. Scrofty, full what's are inches. We're going to see. We're going to find out very shortly. George, I think short, sharp shower going to be close between pitting for inters or hanging on. Maybe someone's going to hang on, but if it rains, you lose more time. You lose more time on slicks in wet conditions than you lose in inters in drying conditions. Don't forget that today. Remember that phrase. You lose more time being on slicks in wet conditions than being on inters in drying conditions. That's my common sense approach. Adar saying rain will turn. Sold out saying press the like button. Yes, please, please, please do hit the like button, everyone. We try and get to 1,000 likes. What's the gap between Russell and Hamilton? My friend, it literally says 1.7 seconds. You got this. You can do this. Lucy, someone's boxing already. Rain on the camera lens, and there's a state car in. It's Guan Yu Zhou. Or Zhou Guan Yu came in and boxed. What did he put on? New hards. What an absolute banter stop that is. No, it's mediums. The rain's about to drop, but Zhou Guan Yu says, screw that, I'm just going to pit now. Mohammed Nazrin Aminuddin saying bets on who's going to mess up the double stacking is a good point. Who's going to mess up the double stack? Maybe if you're Hamilton, you want to drop back a little bit to allow the double stack a bit more time to breathe. Can anyone explain the Sauber pit there? Any Sauber strategists in the chat? Is Sainz improving? Oh, it's an overtake. Well, it's a Ferrari on an Aston. That must be Leclerc on Stroll. Yes, it is. Charles Leclerc on the move. Rain in 3 minutes, according to Shire. Rain in 3 minutes. George Rogers saying it's raining heavy now. Zoo on Zaza. Ted saying let Zoo cook. Let the man cook. So you see everyone here is on fresh tyres. Fresh mediums for the top 15. But what's going to happen when it rains? Who's going to come in? Are you going to see some teams split it? Will they put one driver in, leave another driver out? Cornelius Madili saying exciting times. Yes, indeed. Anthony Sauber Stratus. More pit stops, more camera time for the sponsors. Yes, as we know, Sauber is sponsored by Twitch. Pedro says Norris going for a move. He is closing in. 4 tenths away. Great spot there in the chat. Lando Norris now really close to Verstappen, who looks like a wounded animal here. Forza Ferrari, right, Webb says, right, when's the rain going to drop? We're 13 laps in, 14 laps in. And Lando's going for the juggler here with Max Verstappen. It looks like Verstappen's here for the taking. It's raining in Malaysia. Johnny saying first shower looks light. Well, we'll see. When is it going to drop? Is it going to drop? Is it going to miss the circuit? Norris is now attacking Verstappen. I can confirm. Norris is really close with Max Verstappen. Russell, just keep me posted if anyone's going off. It's coming down slightly harder now. Is it raining or is George Russell sweating? We cannot take his word as gospel there. We need other drivers who just don't sweat inside their helmet to let us know if it's raining. But I am seeing some raindrops on the camera lenses. Snowline saying there's a heat wave in Canada. It's raining in Cape Town. Seth watching the rain before the hurricane hits the coast. Good luck. Elixir, if Lando and Max fight, well, yeah, I mean, nothing goes wrong when Lando and Max fight. They never make contact. It's hot and sunny in North Carolina. What does that mean for the weather here? As Lando, is he going to try and do a move around the outside at Stowe? He might do. He might try it. And he might say, I think he's done it. I think he's done it around the outside of Stowe. I think it's happened. I'm going to have a look here. So it was Verstappen followed by Lando, Maggots and Beckett's as they go onto the straight. Was it round the outside? Norris gets past Verstappen. No, Verstappen didn't even defend. Up the inside into Stowe. Lando Norris gets past Max Verstappen and the Papaya Army go absolutely mad. Shooting their AKs into the sky there from the Papaya Army in celebration. And still no meaningful rain. Seema saying box box. So it looks like Verstappen's here for the taking. I wonder if this is real damage limitation for Verstappen. I wonder if for the first time he has a genuine eye on the championship and he wants to get some championship points here. But yeah, Verstappen didn't even defend. I assumed Lando was going to need to go around the outside. And next up, surely it's going to be Oscar Piastri. But is Lando now? Now it is a British 1-2-3. Is Lando going to go for the lead? Phil saying the floor on Max's car is partially broken, so they were not able to fix all of it. His trip across the gravel, ironically, when it rained in qualifying. Still no sign of meaningful rain here. Norris already 1 second. Yeah, Norris really on the move. He's being held up by Verstappen, clearly. In fact, Norris has just gone half a second quicker than Russell and Hamilton. So at this rate, he's going to catch them pretty sharpish. Black, and now we need to come those P3. Come on, Lando, let's go. Oh, people putting on their raincoats in the grandstands. Raincoats are on in the grandstands. Keep an eye on the timings. Is anyone going to fall off the track? It looks like the rain may have just started to come down. Look at those sector times, everyone. If you start to see no green sectors, you know it's going to be slippery out there, like a slip and slide. Let's see what's going to happen. Who's setting those sector times? Obviously, Lando Norris was setting the world alight. But is he doing that anymore? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going on with the sector times right now. Lap 17 of the race. And definitely a grandstand. They're all putting on their rain max there. Mr. Biggle said, my brother's gone to watch. Can you get in contact with your brother? Let us know what the weather is, please. Anthony Lewis backing off for the double stack. Lewis playing some 4D chess here. It's double stack time. Snowline saying, just put a hex on his own kid. Goodness me, what a power struggle that is. Finn saying, watch Haas cook again by going on to wets. Well. Russell, Hamilton do not box. Norris does not box. Piastri's past Verstappen. Oscar Piastri was at the same place. I'm going to have a look here. He was a long way behind. He was half a second behind. Coming out of Maggots and Beckett's. And then goes up the inside. Yeah, Verstappen does not defend again from Piastri. And there's big umbrellas up there at Stowe. So unlike yesterday, it looks like the rain might be coming in from the west. It looks like the rain might be coming in from the west, everyone. Because that's the grandstand. So around where the pits are. It's dangerous there because you've got to make a quick decision whether you want to pit or not. Are we going to see anyone jump into the pits? There goes Valtteri Bottas, Esteban Ocon. Verstappen, target would be to try and survive this pocket of rain, Max, if you can. Obviously, your call if it worsens too much. So you're going to see the lap times drop here. But people, remember that the fastest lap at the British Grand Prix is in 1 minute 27. And at the moment, they're on 1 minute 34s. Obviously, they've got fuel at this stage. But is anyone going to say, you know what, I fancy going on Inters, and I'll go on a scrub set, and I'll try and keep that scrub set until the next band of rain? Lewis closing on George. Yes, Lewis going for the kill. Lewis Hamilton. So Lewis Hamilton is going to overtake George Russell into Stowe again. It's a corner where it's all happening. Is it raining? Lewis Hamilton leads the British Grand Prix. Who would have predicted that at the beginning of this season? Chat, let us know in the chat if you're here for Lewis Hamilton. George Russell was defending. There was a bit of weaving. Hamilton went to the inside, and it was a move up the inside of Stowe, where the drizzle is falling. No one else is boxing, though. Let's go. Hamilton. Hammer time. It's hammer time, BFL says. Shadow says, Sir Lewis Hamilton. Let us know in the chat if you're here. Cubit says, saying the GOAT is very, very back. Yes, very, very back. And Mo saying Lewis can smell victory. Russell in trouble here. Norris overtakes Russell. I think he's in big trouble. I think George Russell is in big trouble here because Lando Norris gets past and the rain is falling now. Don't go anywhere. The rain is falling big time. What about Piastri? Oh, it's going from bad to worse for George Russell. The pole sitter. The winner in Austria. But it's the old head. It's the experienced head of Sir Lewis Hamilton, who's in the lead of this Grand Prix by 1.3 seconds at the moment. Look at this. Keep an eye on Max Verstappen. It's all about survival now. You just got to survive this bit of rain. Someone in the chat saying, is George Russell washed? DRS has been disabled. Track conditions are officially wet. Phil saying it's time for intermediates, but you reckon it'd be someone like Zhou Guan Yu? Oh, there's big spray. I can't believe everyone's on softs here, on slick tyres. Right, the leaders come through. Are any of them going to box? What about Russell? You got to hang it out to dry. You got to hang it out. But is there memories for Lando Norris here? What happened in Sochi when he called it wrong? And Lewis Hamilton got the win, but Lando's all over Hamilton. Lando goes past into farm. Surely into farm. Lando Norris has got past Lewis Hamilton. And look at the front four. They're within 1.5 seconds here. Goodness me, Lando Norris in the lead. And Leclerc pits. Leclerc pits. And Sergio Perez pits as well. They're going in for the wet tyre. It was a big old move by Lando. And two big drivers pitting as well. It's absolute carnage here. What a race this is turning out to be. This is going to be one of the all-time races of recent years. I'm telling you right now. And it was a great... Well, Piastri. Piastri went round the outside of Russell. At Village, it was a great move. So there goes Leclerc. There goes Perez. They'll be on the intermediate tyres. Lando Norris, but it might be a terrible move. Because if the rain stops, it's an absolutely atrocious move for Leclerc and Perez. The top four drivers, it is Mercedes. It is McLaren. They really want this. Zhou Guan Yu's just gone into the pits. Are we going to see any of them box? And then you got Verstappen and Sainz. The top drivers are showing their worth here. That's your top six. They're your top six best drivers right now. This is as exciting as it gets in Formula 1, everyone. Is anyone going to box out of that top six? Nah, they're all big boys there. They can deal with a bit of rain. Lando. Piastri gets past Hamilton. Piastri went past Hamilton into Stowe as well, up the inside. Goodness me. And remember, these drivers, they still need to make a tyre change in this race. They will need to go on to another compound, I believe. And it's condensing now. Verstappen, Carlos Sainz, the top 6 within 6.5 seconds. Look how far adrift Nico Hülkenberg is. And what about Charles Leclerc? Has that been a really bad change for Charles Leclerc? I think it might be. Hamilton, Lewis, we think it's time to change to Inters. And Hamilton saying, nope, it's dry in a lot of places. There's a stake F1 car in a lot of trouble. That might be Valtteri Bottas back there in big trouble. So keep an eye on Charles Leclerc. What's Leclerc doing? Because if he's not setting purple sectors, I would say, George saying this is unreal. If it's windy, it will dry quickly. Stay on slicks. I 100% agree. You got to keep your nerve in the top 6. You have to see this through. You have to stay the course here and stay out on the slick tyres, even if you're going to lose 10 seconds. You've got to see it through now. There's a stake F1 car in absolute horrendous trouble. It might be Zhou Guanyu who's just being lap silly here. Calm down, I almost choked. Do anything. I'm just enjoying this so much. The top 6 go around again. 131, 131. 132, 130. It's got a lot quicker. It's just gone massively quicker. This is terrible news for Leclerc. This is terrible news for Leclerc because it's dried out. Lewis Hamilton prescient. We're going quick now. Piastri, that was his fastest third sector of the race. Welcome, Insomnia, Sia, Sunder, Leicester, Chesburger. By the way, if you're new here, please, please, please hit that subscribe button. Subscribe now, it's free. Subscribe for me. It's just me. It's just my channel. It really helps me out. I really appreciate it. Please subscribe. Zhou Guanyu having a terrible time of it. And I think Leclerc just couldn't handle the heat. And the same with Sergio Perez. But the top 6, they're going quickly now. It's going to dry out before the next band of weather. Let me get the weather back up here. What's it saying? There we go. That's a satellite right now. Coldboy saying Ferrari clowns at it again. What were they doing? What were they doing? Lads, Leclerc had got into a really good position. Who's Manche? Lapped means he's fallen a lap behind. Maybe someone can put it out more eloquently in chat than I can. If we can get a sit rep as well for the ticker tape, that would be great. I'm looking at some replays here of the rain. Just, I don't know why. Esteban Ocon pits to get off those Inters. Goodness me, Esteban. I mean, Alpine have got nothing to lose because they're fully living their banter era. But Charles Leclerc and Sergio Perez, you are looking like absolute mugs here. Absolute mugs. Feel free to laugh at them in the chat. Put laughing emojis in. Because we all knew you just had to stay the course. You just had to. You couldn't box for Inters. You just had to see it through. Trudy just subscribed. Welcome, Trudy Weaver, for the subscription. I appreciate it. Potentially we can get to 93,000 subscribers today. It'd be awesome. Would be really big. Hoshiku's laughing at Ferrari and Perez. I mean, absolutely meme strategy there. Welcome, Justin, Honorifics, Andrew, Matt Lindsay, Mario Gomez, and Ken Chu, and April May, Amalia as well. Rory Thompson having a cry as a Ferrari fan. Surely we're going to see... Lando Norris went off, by the way. Oh, Lando Norris went off. Did he keep an advantage there? Surely we're going to see Leclerc come in. Rain in 4 minutes. Stay out. Stay out. Don't come in, Leclerc. Don't come in. Don't come in. Rain in 4 minutes. Stay out. Rain in 4 minutes, chat. You're committed now. Rain in 4 minutes. Lap means you wash. Has DRS been enabled again? I'm not sure. And the top 6 stretches out to 10 seconds. It's like the Tour de France, this. There's a bit of a breakaway, but I feel like Verstappen and Sainz are sort of still in the peloton, as it were. 4 minutes till next rain, and this could be the big one. Perez and Leclerc, you're going to get lapped either way. It's going to be painful, but you got to see it through. You got to hope the rain come down hard and people fall off, because you've absolutely ballsed up this strategy. Here we go. Loris taking revenge, Selby says. Rain expected in 4 minutes. So I felt like I was on the Ferrari pit wall there. Stay out, stay out. Imagine if Leclerc appears. DRS has been enabled. For anyone asking in chat, DRS has now been enabled. So we got a DRS enabled and Charles Leclerc's on Inters. Great strategy there, Ferrari. Johnny says next rain will be heavier or heavier. It's all about timing into the pits. Where's the rain going to drop this time? Will it be at Stowe? Will it be at Copse? Let's see. Sainz will overtake Verstappen soon. I think Sainz is biding his time. It could be a Carlos Sainz smooth operator masterclass here. Scrifty saying Ocon pitted back to mediums. Raw. Raw indeed. Are they going to pit Leclerc? Surely not. It would be so funny. It would be so funny. You got to suffer the pain. There's bigger rain coming in. This rain's going to be bigger. Noel says it's raining in Manila. Chat just confirmed it's raining in the Philippines right now. So the rain is coming. Yeah, dark cloud, correct. Well, the times are ebbing and flowing, but Norris just did the fastest Sector 2 out of anyone there. So good Sector 2 from Lando Norris. Frenzy, this is the first time here to watch along for the F1. Always watch alone. You never watch alone again. You watch here with friends now. We're here for every single race. Although I've got to work at Hungary. And you can see, yeah, Carlos Sainz might now actually try and get past Max Verstappen. He might have had enough of that. And they are catching Charles Leclerc. Did Perez box? No, Perez has been lapped, surely. So Sergio Perez, yes, Perez has been lapped. He got in the way of everyone. Nice job, Perez. Classic. Almost clipped Oscar Piastri around Village. It's raining in Batangas camo. Okay, good to know. And there we go. Charles Leclerc with the strategy from Ferrari has been lapped here. If that rain doesn't come. True banter there from Ferrari. It's raining in Kenya as well. Good to know. So, it's swapped around. Like I said earlier on, yes, the Mercedes were 1-2, but it didn't. It was like Tour de France. It didn't really matter too much because the rain was going to come. Now the McLarens are there, but again, it doesn't matter too much because it's big spray on one lens here I saw. Because the rain's going to come again, so you just got to be in there to... Oh, one Ferrari goes off! It must be Leclerc getting lapped. He's been scared. I think he went off at Copse. Why have you done that? I don't know. Raining in Singapore. Let us know if it's raining where you are. Ricky, it's raining in Italy. No, wait, cancel that. It's Ferrari fans' tears causing a downpour. Roy says it's raining all around the race. It's not raining in Belgium. DRS been disabled. DRS has been disabled. Keep an eye on the lap times. They're slowing. 134s now. It's slowing now. Might you see Charles Leclerc unlap himself? Where's Leclerc? Piastri is too early for Inters. The rain's coming down again, and we anticipate... Who said to me the weather forecast said no rain today? Get out of here with those forecasts. It was always going to rain. It was always going to rain. Saladin Mo says, what, another 300 subscribers? Yes, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe. Let's get to 1,000 likes. Let's get to 93,000 subscribers. It'd be absolutely insane. I think I'm on board with Carlos Sainz here. Keep an eye on the lap times. 134s. Welcome Enrico Berto. Mudmud. Ayesh. George Kireth called it. There was no way it wasn't going to rain. Scott Morris, Payroll. Good to have Payroll in the chat. Arif. Dutch Romanovs. Nova, Mick B. Chunky McIntyre. Clavio 69. D-Rob. Jim. Sissik. Racecar 7. And yes, Piastri is going for the lead here, as the rain will be falling again. I'm trying to see where it's coming down. And this time there's 15 seconds between your top 6, but there's only 4 seconds between your top 4. Who's going to come off the circuit here? Verstappen and Sainz pit. There we go. That's the big call. Verstappen and Sainz pit a lap early. Keep an eye on the sectors here, because if it rains heavily for the rest of the lap, it's effectively going to be a massive undercut for Verstappen and Sainz. Could it be a 10-second undercut? It could be. Welcome Fin81 from Idaho, subscribed. Top strategy there with the subscription. Keep an eye on the sector times. 141 last time around. And a lot of other drivers jumping into the pits. If it's going to be raining heavily at Copse, we're going to find out shortly. Then it could be a masterstroke from Sainz and Verstappen, because they've come out ahead of Alonso. They had a free pit stop. They've had a free pit stop and Alonso's on the dry tyres. Rain for 30 minutes, Chai is saying. Rain for 30 minutes. What are dem sector times saying? Let's have a look. Sector 2. Last time around, it was about 42 seconds. What's it going to be this time around for Lando Norris and Piastri? 42 to beat. What's it going to be? 45. 3 seconds slower. 3 seconds slower in that sector alone. So, Verstappen and Sainz, what are they going to do in Sector 2? Keep an eye on Verstappen in Sector 2. Now, if it's wet, it's wet. Are we going to see the top 4 pit? Are we going to see them pit? Is Lando going to pit? Yes, looks like Lando's pit. Are any of them going to stay out? It's going to be a double stack. It's now down to the pit stops. Has Piastri stayed out, though? Piastri, what are you doing, lad? No! Oscar Piastri stayed out. You needed to double stack that one. Charles Leclerc's going to unlap himself. So Oscar Piastri, why have they not done this? So Mercedes double stacking, but McLaren not. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. You're going to lose time, Piastri. You needed to double stack it. Look at this. Lando might pit stop and get ahead of Piastri here. I feel like they've hung Piastri out to dry. I feel like McLaren have just sacrificed Oscar Piastri here. And look at Verstappen. Verstappen's ahead of Russell. Was it a slow start for Russell? It was not the quickest. A 3.3. But there we go. And goodness me, is that Charles Leclerc? It's Carlos Sainz. Carlos Sainz is there. So Verstappen is now basically P3 in the race because Piastri's got a pit. It's a big old undercut from Verstappen, and Carlos Sainz is going to be there as well. You can't take your eyes off this race. Piastri's race is done. George say Piastri's got it right. I don't know what Blood was doing there, but I think Piastri's made a mess. I think Lando might overtake Piastri before the pit entry. And if you're Piastri, I think you just got to come in. You just got to come in there. You can't stay out. Even if your team doesn't double stack, you sit in the pits and say, change my tyres. If I'm Piastri, I'm absolutely fuming here. They have ruined his race. But still a long way to go. Still a long way to go. Pal, do you want to favour Piastri? Needed to do what Mercedes did. Piastri's going to come out here a long way behind. Verstappen, great call for the Inter. Come on, we're back in the race here. Verstappen's going to inherit P3. So now it's Lando in P1, Hamilton P2, Verstappen P3, Russell P4, Carlos Sainz will be P5, and Oscar Piastri, if he gets out, is going to be P6. But he's got Nico Hülkenberg. He's going to get out there. He's going to be on his own. Goodness me. What an absolute shambles that was. Maybe Piastri will be brave on coming off these intermediates. You got a feel for Oscar Piastri there. I think McLaren are basically just not really throwing him a bone. Isabel saying, man, they really screwed him. Chat, who got screwed more? Charles Leclerc or Oscar Piastri? But Lando Norris now. Let's see what Lando can do. This is where you can actually basically win the race. It's wet conditions. If you can make a big gap. We saw Lando do this in Canada in the wet. Can Lando do it? Hamilton being told, okay, Lewis, this is our time. Chat, if you want Hamilton to win this, put hammer time in the chat here. Raining in Oxford right now. Good to know. Who do you think is going to win this race? Let me know in chat. Is it going to be Verstappen? Is it going to be Hamilton? Is it going to be Norris? Is it going to be Russell? Is it going to be Sainz? Is it going to be Piastri? It's going to be one of those 6. Let me know in the chat which of those 6 it's going to be. Lily saying hammer time. Hammer time coming in. Bob saying mallet clock. LA saying Norris. Blowbot saying hammer time. Sook saying hammer time. LA Thorn saying hammer time. The fans... rain will last until lap 40, we're being told. Rain until lap 40. That means 10 more laps of rain. By the way... Oscar Piastri, has he caught up massively with Carlos Sainz there? Is that what's happened? No, it was just a transponder issue. Oscar in the chat. Norris needs to pit. Lando. Hammer time. Hammer time. Remember, if you're a member of the channel, put those emojis in of your driver as well. So Lando in the lead. He's 3.2 seconds ahead. No one putting on scrubbed inters, by the way. Everyone putting on a fresh set of inters. And if the rain is going to stop with 10 laps to go, which will be about 15 minutes, I believe. Well, actually a bit longer because it'll be raining. Who thinks someone's going to try and go to the end on inters? Who's going to try and go long? Who's going to try and go long? We'll see. 3.1 between Norris and Hamilton. They are going to be neck and neck. Hamilton was slightly faster last time around. George Russell also with a similar lap time as well. Gabriella Hamilton did a smart pit stop. There's a London bus goes behind there. Jules says, please let the British anthem play today. We will see. Harry Wu says, come on, Hamilton, you can do it. KD Max will keep inters. Rain ending in 15 minutes, we're told. Let me just flick on the weather radar. Here we go. You see it's moving eastward. Sergio Perez was in the pits. What happened here with Perez's pit stop? Was it a banter stop? Yes, it was. 5.9 seconds, Sergio Perez. Good job, Red Bull. Picking off from where they did in Austria. Welcome, Robert, Ron, D-Mount, Bandide, No Telly, Niall. As well, remember, if you're watching and you're not subscribed, just hit the subscribe button. We can try and get for 93,000 subscribers here. It would be absolutely huge. Nandini says, Vettel, where are you? He's retired, bro. So, the top 6 are within 18 seconds. To be fair, this is where they were before the rain came down. It's just chopped and changed around. Because basically Verstappen's gained, Piastri's lost out, Russell's lost out. Sainz is kind of where he was. Still 3.2 seconds between Norris and Hamilton is being matched. Verstappen being told these are telling tyres are degrading a lot. No telly saying it's raining in GTA. Hoshiku saying, man, they really screwed Piastri. Frenzy, get your likes in. Come on, let's get to 1,000 likes, chat, before the rain drops. We can do it. No shoes. Max will finish worse than 5th. Big ramifications here for the championship. Because Verstappen's trying to basically sort of save points to stop Norris really catching him. Norris could get 26 points today. 26 points potentially for Norris. Ryan, who's going to win? I think Lando could get this done. But there's going to be a lot of timing coming off the tyre. Look at Piastri really coming after Carlos Sainz as well. Eleanor says Oscar Piastri. Mo says McLaren didn't want an Aussie in P1. BFL is Norris pushing the tyres. Remember, yes, a lot of this is going to be like these intermediate tyres looking after them. And Lewis Hamilton has probably the most experience out of anyone here, maybe aside from Fernando Alonso, of looking after these tyres, these intermediate tyres, not overheating them. Let's get a new update in the ticker tape. Chanel Ferry saying, Russell, keep up, you can do it. Does anyone think George Russell's going to make it 2 from 2 and win this race? It's not going to be easy now. That's for sure. Let's update the ticker tape. Welcome, Hunter, Frederick, and Rosalie. Good to have you on board. Great to have you in the F1 Watchalong community. Let us know if you're new here as well. It's unusual, isn't it? You can chat. You can speak with other people. As it's all happening. It's the future. Stanley saying it's Hummer time. It's Hummer time. Finn saying still going George. John R. Lewis for the win today. Norris for the championship. Styrofoam saying Verstappen is slow now. Yes, Verstappen really dropping off there. 142 dead. 141s for the leaders. And it's sort of blue skies. It's sort of blue skies. What a roller coaster. Hamilton front tyres are falling apart. Well, who's going to make it to the cutoff? Who's going to make it and get on the soft tyres first? Remember what I said earlier in the race? The sort of the mantra, which is it's faster to be on intermediate tyres in wet conditions than on hang on, I'm looking bored on tyres here. Max Verstappen. Just trying to see if the blocks are moving around. Basically, you can try and stay. You don't want to... What happened to Piastri is essentially you don't want to be on dry tyres in a wet circuit, but you can try and stay on the inters in a drying circuit, and that's what's going to happen here. We're going to see maybe someone try and go to the end, really look after them, or someone might go on the dry tyres immediately. Let's see. Is someone going to be able to get to the end? They're doing 142s at the moment, and there's only 20 laps to go, by the way. But if it dries out, it's going to dry out and you're going to overheat those intermediate tyres. And it just might not be possible to get to the end. Ted says there's lots of deg with Mercedes move. What's wrong with Ferrari? Well, Carlos Sainz, I mean, Charles Leclerc could have benefited because Charles Leclerc could have gone aggressively onto the Inters really early there for the second rain, but unfortunately, he's been lapped. Grim Reaper saying hammer time, but Lucy, no rain reported on track. So let's see what's going to happen. 142s. Does anyone remember what the cutoff was last time? Looks like it's still raining, by the way, in the pit lane. Might still be raining in the pit lane. Julia says, whack cat, haha. Don't know what that means. I hope everything is okay with you. And 3.6 seconds between Lando Norris and Hamilton. 3.6 seconds, so the gap is sort of being maintained. And Verstappen's falling back into the clutches of George Russell here. Amazing how Mercedes double stat, but George Russell's ended up so far behind here. Maybe Lewis Hamilton showing his class in these mixed conditions. Lucy saying the Inters are shredding. Jules, 132 was the cutoff, I believe. So we're a long way from a cutoff here. But keep an eye on those sector times. It might be a lot closer in certain sectors. Adia says, what is a podium? Rah. Lewis says, I'm legit salty over what McLaren did. Did we have any big Oscar Piastri? Oh, George Russell pits! What? That's way too early. That's way too early. George Russell pits. Retire the car! It's not a racing move. It's a retirement. It's a retirement. Retire the car. George Russell rolls into the pit lane. Oh, King George. You got to feel bad for him. You got to feel terrible for him. Russell, you got to feel so bad. Box, retire the car, George. Russell retired. Is there an issue with the Mercedes? Is there an issue? But why, Vlatka says, but why? I don't know. Welcome, Chicken Nugget. And EP Engineer and Dinosaur Boy. Barry Scott as well. Stanley, Harry Steenbrink and Alan. Right, George Russell pits. It ain't going to be a British 1, 2, 3. Unless Alex Albon does a madness here and changes his nationality with the FA on the phone. So, it wasn't a move for the... And that's another a slew of points Verstappen will get, by the way. No info on the DNF yet, but gotta be absolutely heartbreaking for George Russell. D6, King George has fallen. Repeat, Russell has fallen. Pick him up from the fall. He's kept his helmet on. He's going back through into his area. What's gone? Why have they had to retire the car? Toto looks like he doesn't really care, to be honest. Lewis saying electrical failure, maybe too much rain. Is the Mercedes not waterproof? They're still raining. They're still wet in the last sector, I would say. Hamilton, just info. George retired with a suspected water system issue. I'd probably rather, if it's suspected, I'd rather crack on if I was George Russell and find out later. Find out after the race. But, you know, Mercedes take their servicing very seriously. Lewis says the water pump died. Deary me. Don't buy a Mercedes, everyone. Buy a Peugeot. So, Norris Hamilton is 2.9 seconds. It's still close. Hamilton basically stalking Norris here. And I'm on board with Kevin Magnussen. I don't know why. Coming into Stowe. Did you do a 360? What have you actually done? Okay, you had a bit of a moment. Congratulations. Why did George DNF? Water issues and water pump, we think it might be. And 2.6 now. Hamilton really closing in. And those lap times are not falling. Those lap times are not falling. Pump failure, static, because he keeps filling his water with latte. Snowline Russell car, not waterproof. Yeah, that's what I suspected. Okay, so... And I just wonder, is someone like Verstappen going to be the driver who feels like he doesn't have a lot to lose here? Or maybe he does. Rain ending in 6 minutes. Aviska Dilawai says, Lewis needs this win. Chat, I need you to let me know in the comments, in the live chat, who do you want to win? Lando Norris or Lewis Hamilton? The two Brits, the two remaining Brits at their home Grand Prix. It means a little bit extra here. They have all their friends and family over from Monaco here for the British Grand Prix. And who do you want to win? Who do you want to win? Hamilton. Oh, I'm going to not get my thing. 1 second. Let's get the new ticker tape. Goal alert. It should be water pump alert. Lando or Yuki, Max, Hammer Time, Max, Oscar, Lewis, Norris. Not going to be Oscar, I think. Lando, Lewis to Lewis. Verstappen gaining slowly. Lewis, Max, roll dice, Oscar, Norris, Max, Hamilton. Goodness me, chat. It's I'd say split down the middle here. Don't think we've ever seen this before. 2 seconds gap now, yes. But DRS won't be saying with Norris. Mercedes have only soft or hard tyres. We have mediums if we want it. Well, if there's going to be about 10 laps for the end of the Grand Prix, we need to change onto those dry tyres. And remember, Hamilton can just do what Norris does. So Hamilton can just play it cute and just do what Lando Norris is going to do and follow him if he thinks that he's got it mano-y mano. Zoe says Max. Albudrum says the smooth operator. 1.8 seconds now. Tegan never liked Hamilton. What did Hamilton do? Johnson says Hamilton win. Darkcloud Alfonso Wickham. Let's do a nations check while we're here, everyone. We haven't done one today. Let us know where in the world you're watching from. The flags come through now. So let us know, where in the world are you watching from? Are you watching from England? Where it's blue skies now at Silverstone. It's blue skies here. It's blue skies at Silverstone. It's going to be a sunny finish. Isabel watching from Germany, Singapore, Netherlands, USA, Croatia, UK. It's carnage now in the chat. Germany, Pakistan, Texas, Britain, USA, Canada, Singapore, Australia, Philippines, Taiwan, Australia, Angola, Kazakhstan, Germany, India, Netherlands, Sweden, South Africa, Germany, North Korea. Oh my goodness, North Korea, Thailand, the Gambia, Taiwan. It's all kicking off here. South Africa, Jamaica, Korea, Port Nemo, North Korea again, India, Australia, Barnsley. Barnsley's not yet a country yet, unless I've missed very significant constitutional event in the UK. Hamilton, Suriname, St. Lucia, Tasmania, Wyoming, East Korea, Costa Rica, Israel, Mars, the Caribbean, South Africa, Greece. Shout out to my wife's arms. Big arms. Or maybe not big arms, so that's... just shout out to your wife there. Okay, so still going around 139s now. Lewis slowing people, saying, I don't believe it. I think it's still 1.8 seconds. We're used to, in these streams, Lando Norris being the driver who is often catching in these stages of the Grand Prix. But not here. Lando Norris is the prey and Lewis Hamilton is the driver catching. What's going to happen here? And as a Valtteri Bottas, Lewis Hamilton's ex-teammate, is going to be an interesting lap car here. Jupiter, Malaysia. Alex Hamada says Peugeots do 1 million kilometers. Yes, they do. Hulk has got good pace. A great result for Hulkenberg here. P6 for Hulkenberg could be absolutely insane. Look at that. P6 and Lance Stroll in P7. Who would have guessed that for Aston Martin? Their best result in recent Grand Prix. Welcome, Turtle, Mr. Devis, Jana, Swat, Rain in 2 minutes in Austin. Child support. Ben Johnson as well. James says Portugal, love Evie and KJ in the chat. Let us know if you've got any shout outs. Verstappen's catching. Verstappen's on a mad one here. Verstappen's going a second a lap quicker. Could this be absolutely generational for Max Verstappen? As Ricciardo and Magnussen have had enough. So, with... How is it still 15 laps to go? Yes, it is. With a 15 lap... Hamilton pits! Hamilton pits! Is there a retirement? Is there a strategic? Verstappen pits! They're going to try and undercut Norris here. They're trying to undercut Norris. Oh, goodness me. They're going to try and undercut Norris. And you have to deal with a lap car and Valtteri Bottas here, by the way. So, Lando Norris, keep an eye on the sector times. It's all kicked off again. Danny Rick was in the pit lane weaving around. So, Hamilton, Carlos Sainz. Now, this is the thing. If you're Lando Norris, do you try? Can you nurse those inters to the end? I don't think so. I don't think you can. I don't think you can. Now, if you're Nico Hulkenberg, you might want to try it. If everyone behind you is going to pit, you might want to try it. It was a 4.7 stop for Bottas, just messing everything up. So, here we go. We need to look at the Sector 2 times. Very important, everyone. Sector 2 times. Lando Norris, who's behind a Kevin Magnussen on softs, who is probably going to be slow for him. Piastri pitted, by the way. This time, Piastri gets an undercut. So, Norris in Sector 2. What is it? 39.8 for Lando. So, Hamilton's on the softs. This is it. This is the business end of the race. It all comes down to this now. This is the sprint to the finish. Hamilton, what has he got in Sector 2 as he gets those tyres up to temperature? Lewis Hamilton in Sector 2, 38.4. 1.4 seconds quicker. It is going to be an undercut. Lando comes in. It's probably going to be enough. It's probably going to be enough. Robert Simon listening from Los Angeles. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. It's probably going to be enough. Here we go. Is Hamilton going to undercut Lando Norris? Let's see. It might be neck and neck on pit exit. Though it looks like Lando's well ahead. Is it or not? I can't tell yet. Oh, it's classic. Look at this. Look how close Hamilton's going to be ahead. Hamilton's undercut Lando Norris. And what tyres is Lando on? Goodness me, I'm going to let you know the pictures as they came in. There's 7,000 people watching. What a critical moment. It was a slow stop. It was 4.5 seconds for Lando Norris. McLaren had ballsed it. And Hamilton went through easily. Hamilton went through easily. It was a 4.5 second slot for McLaren. It was a banter stop. Hamilton, Sir Lewis Hamilton leads. Here in the British Grand Prix with 13 laps to go. And Oscar Piastri's back ahead of Carlos. Piastri, what are you doing? Why are you showing on intermediates? You should be on mediums, my guy. I really hope you're on mediums. I'm pretty sure you'd be on mediums, right? Right, Lewis Hamilton, they're both soft tyres. Soft tyres to the end. Welcome, Huang Lu, Lynn Anderson, Willem as well. Good to see you. Chat, please, please, if you're watching, if you're not subscribed, just hit the subscribe button. We're trying to get to 93 subscribers. It would be absolutely huge. Gold in this race going to give me a heart out. Vladka not happy, but still believing in Lando. Can Lando do it on track now? 2.6. The chase is on. Hamilton, the fastest Sector 1 of the race so far. Purple lap for Hamilton. What happened with Lando as he went into the pit? He came in. Jack went up. Pushed back the Jackman a little bit. Oh, it was just a little bit slow. He slipped in the box and he pushed back the Jackman a little bit. That's what I think happened. And Lewis Hamilton overtook him easily. It would have been close otherwise. It would have been neck and neck. But McLaren not had the best day in the pits today, it's fair to say. But Oscar Piastri, 129.9s. He's on the medium tyres for sure. And maybe the mediums and tyres to be able to keep an eye on Verstappen. He's gone on the hards. Hamilton being told Norris same time. Hamilton saying, leave me to it, mate. I've got this in the bag. It's hammer time now. Chat, if you want Lewis Hamilton to win, put hammer time in the chat right now. Lewis Hamilton is 12 laps away from winning the British GP in the twilight of his career before he goes on to Ferrari. This could be huge. But he's got Lewis Hamilton behind him. And please, please, please do not write off Max Verstappen, just 5.6 seconds behind, and he's gone on the hard tyre. It's hammer time into the chat. We see the hammer time. I'm sure Lewis can feel it. We're in the UK here. It's travelling through the airwaves up into Northamptonshire and onto the circuit at Silverstone. DRS has been enabled. The race director just wants to cause more chaos here. DRS has been enabled. Oscar Piastri 16 seconds behind he could have been right up there, but he isn't. He isn't. It's Hamilton, Norris, Verstappen. Vibe saying hammer time from South Africa. It's a big hammer time there. Carlos Sainz just gently being washed 26 seconds behind. Is Max Verstappen going to win this race? Goodness me. 5.6. Fastest sector 2 out of anybody for Verstappen last time around. Oscar Piastri's also looking quick. Verstappen was half a second faster than Hamilton last time around, and guess what? There's 11 laps to go. He would catch. Ricky, let's go for 1,000 likes here. Please do hit the like button. It's completely free, the stream. I hope you're enjoying it. Completely free for your viewing pleasure. Please do subscribe and hit that like button. I'm sure we can get to 1,000 now. It'll be a big moment for a lot of people in the stream, and myself included. Where is Hamilton? 2.6 ahead of Lando. 5.3 ahead of Verstappen. Verstappen's cooking. Verstappen's cooking. Kurt says, let's go, Sir Hamilton from Namibia. Pineapple is shaking. This could be one of the all-time finishes to a Grand Prix. I'm not exaggerating. I've sat with you here last year through the boring times. I've been here with you in the early starts, the 2 a.m. starts, the 1 a.m. finishes, all hours of the day. And here we are now being rewarded with a tasty treat on a Sunday afternoon, which is Max Verstappen potentially about to do something, dare I say, generational. 129.4. He was half a second quicker than Lando that time around. He's on the hard tyre. Zerek saying Max's history. Do we have any Verstappen fans in the chat? Snowline says thrilling race. There's only 10 seconds to go. Don't go anywhere, by the way. Do not even think about going anywhere, because this is going to be very, very, very exciting. 5.4 seconds now. Verstappen will see Hamilton turning into cops as he enters the old start-finish straight there. 28. Look at the lap times. They're all matching each other. 3 of the best drivers in the world giving it their all here on 3 different tyres. It's been a hell of a race. They've come through some weather, everything they've had to deal with. Amazingly, no safety cars. I'm not even sure there's been a single yellow flag. So all credits to all drivers apart from Pierre Gasly, who decided to retire before the race even started. And it's 5.1 seconds now is the gap, everyone. As there's just 10 laps to go. Well, it's going to be 9 laps to go, surely. 9 laps to go. And it's Lando with the fastest lap. But then it goes straight back to Verstappen, 6/10. Thanks, Ricky McQueen, for the $5 Canadian. Please, thank you so much, Ricky McQueen. Can we like that? Please, can we give some claps out to Ricky for the $5 Canadian? It helps me out so much to do these streams, to pay for the cameras and the equipment. Thank you so much, Ricky. I really appreciate it. Please, in the chat, please do support Ricky there, helping us out with the super chat. The super chat. Is it going to be a super strat, though, from Verstappen? Let's see. Remember, he's benefited from boxing early. Welcome Forever Aiden, Classic Angle, Saul Brown, Gabriel Aid, Mrs. Up, Paul as well. How is Max catching on hard? Ebenezer asks. Well, he's just generational. Welcome Michael Clark, Seth, Patrick, Marcel Bambodagon, Mick, Mark Fox, Sally, and everyone else as well. And Mo says, go Lewis Stolan. Hey, fellow Kuwaitian, look at the chat there, supporting Rick McQueen. Thank you so much for the super chat. It is now 4.5 seconds. I would say Verstappen's running out of time, but remember, DRS is going to have a point to play. And great point in the chat from Sal Vivek. Great point. Are the softs going to fall off? Are the softs going to fall off? Let's see. It's not what you want to see if you're a British driver at the British Grand Prix and you're in the top 2 positions and you glance in your rear view and you see a marauding Max Verstappen. What lap time is he going to do here? 29.3. He's still gaining on you, lads. Isabel saying Max can catch Lando for sure. Jay says, can you hear the hammer tapping? Can you hear it? Goodness me. This is going to be a bit of a mad one. A bit of a sticky one. This would be Lewis Hamilton's 8th win here at the British Grand Prix. And you know he's going to celebrate. You know he's going to celebrate. And we're going to stay for those celebrations if he does. In fact, whoever wins, we're going to stay. It's an extended program for you here today. as Oscar Piastri showing that again at Silverstone. He has the pace, but he just has not been delivered in the right place because McLaren just didn't pit him at the right time. Ted saying, oh, $20.
Kireth goes for
Thank you so much, Old Soul. 20 Canadian dollars.
Kind of like
the Canadians.
I had to give him
the Canadians are so generous. Thank you so much, Old Soul 444 for the 20 Canadian dollars. Chat, please, please, please. Can we thank Old Soul for the donation there? Really helps me out. Thank you so much, Old Soul. Hope you've enjoyed the stream so far, but it's not even over yet. As Kimi Antonelli watches on in the Mercedes garage, 4.1 seconds now, and just 2 seconds behind Lando Norris. Great to see all the support in the chat for the super chats. It makes a huge difference. We've got the best community here. Best community in these streams, bar anywhere. This is the best place to follow Formula One. And here we go. Oh, goodness me, he's close now. He's close now. Less than 2 seconds before Verstappen gets a DRS. Is Norris going to defend Verstappen heavily? Is it going to be a repeat of Austria, but the other way around? What's going to happen here? I agree, Ricky. It's an amazing community, so knowledgeable. 7 laps to go. This has been one of the best Grand Prix of recent times. And it's not even done. We've still got dessert to come. And it's like a brownie with cream and ice cream and chocolate chip and raisins and everything. Oh, it's almost a second. It's almost a second. We got to play the music. It's almost a second, everyone. Verstappen, 1.4 seconds behind Lando Norris. Is he going to have a huge Maggots and Beckett's? Will he get into the DRS and the slipstream? Once he overtakes Lando, he's going to be going for Hamilton. Is it going to be payback for 2021? Thank you so much, Octav Moist, for the €2. Thank you so much. I massively appreciate it. Please send your love hearts out there for Octav. It's kicking off now. 1.3 seconds between Lando and Max Verstappen as they go down the Hamilton straight. And they'll turn in for Farm. This is where Lando lost a position to Verstappen on lap 1 of the Grand Prix. It feels so long ago now. And as they go down the Wellington straight, will Verstappen be within a second? But Hamilton's got his head down. It is hammer time for Hamilton. 1.2 seconds. Just 1.2 seconds between Verstappen and Lando. Is he within DRS? Oh, will he stick a wheel up at the inside at Cops? Welcome T and Goyen. Welcome Celine. Blacker, we've got 7 more laps to reach 30k or 93k. I lose track. It feels like we're still on 30k. Please, please, please do hit the subscribe button. If everyone who's not subscribed subscribes right now, we'll hit 93k and that'll be huge for us. Big Marquez number. Verstappen, where are you? 1.1 seconds behind. Click what's saying Hamilton seems safe. Goodness me. Turning in again for Mackens and Baggers and Beckett. He's going to run out of time though. But Hamilton's soft tyres, are they going to be overheating? Are they going to degrade? Verstappen now, he might be in DRS detection. He might be there. He's definitely in the slipstream into Stowe. When will he do the move? Down the Wellington straight into Farm. Verstappen's all over you, Lando. It's payback for Austria this time around. You thought you could get away with that. Let's see what's going to happen. It's a tasty one here. 8 tenths between them, 9 tenths. Lando's tyres might be coming off, but every defence he does is just going to help Lewis Hamilton here. It's just going to help Lewis Hamilton. Lando Norris might be aiding. Oh, Verstappen's really close now, surely, as they go through Village onto the Wellington straight. Has Norris made a mistake? I don't know. 5 laps to go. It needs to be huge from Verstappen. Do we have any Verstappen fans in the chat? Norris defend the Dutch. Let Hamilton win. Is Norris going to defend into Cops? Or will Max stick a wheel up the inside? Surely on the way down into Stowe, we're going to see Verstappen getting that big DRS. Thanks so much, Katuji. Love the stream. Scrifty says defend. What's going to happen here? They go through Cops. 4 tenths. That's closer than I've seen a lot of other times. But there's only going to be 4 laps to go. Weave like your life depends on it. It's coming in the chat. Here we go. Verstappen. He's all over him. It's very, very close. I'd say it's inevitable here. Is Lando going to defend? Is Verstappen going to overtake into Stowe? Yes, he's done it. Verstappen goes P2, and now it's time for the chase. Just 3.4 seconds. What happened here? Magus and Beckett. Verstappen was so close. Broken floor or no broken floor. What a win this would be for Verstappen. But is Lewis Hamilton going to defend? I don't know. Did Norris defend? Norris did defend. Verstappen had to go round the outside, and he did. Verstappen went round the outside at Stowe. 8,000 people watching here for the conclusion of this race. Thank you so much, Hardy. Great job. Great job from everyone in chat. It's the best chat we have on YouTube here. Thank you so much, Hardy, for the donation for the £5. Really appreciate it. Really helps me out on these streams. And where are we now? 3.3 seconds. And he was, just 0.6 quicker that time around. That's not going to cut it. Ironically, Verstappen needs to do hammer time. Let us know in the chat. 9,000 people watching. Are you supporting Hamilton? Are you supporting Verstappen? This is one of the best races I can remember. I don't know who's going to win this race. It's 3.3 seconds now. That means, in reality, 2.3 to DRS. 2.3 to DRS. Look at the sector times. 36 dead for Hamilton. 35.9. It's neck and neck in sector 2. Hamilton defend. Big defense there from Hamilton. Big defense from Hamilton. What about Verstappen? 3.3 seconds. But is Hamilton going to be burning up? Daniel Ricciardo comes into the fray as lap traffic. Get out of the way, Danny Rick. No weaving here for the Honey Badger. Fabulous race, no matter who wins, Snowline says. Oh, what's going to happen? My heart can't take it. Evolve, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you so much. Hammer time. I appreciate it so much. Honestly, it helps so much in these streams with me getting the microphones and the cameras and being able to do this. Thank you so much for the $10. Please, 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 can we like that and clap it as well? The support on this stream has been absolutely insane. As where are we now? 3.1 is not enough. Mr. Bean is in with Lewis Hamilton. Do you remember when Hamilton and Massa crashed? And Mr. Bean wasn't happy about it. Mr. Bean's come back as a guiding spirit here to help Lewis Hamilton. Thank you so much, everyone. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Mr. Bean is looking down on Lewis Hamilton. Surely nothing can go wrong here. It's only 3 seconds. Fastest sector there for Hamilton, but Verstappen goes faster than Hamilton. There's only going to be 2 laps, so he might be getting a tow from Danny Rick. Big Danny Rick, he wants that Red Bull seat, is helping Lewis Hamilton here. Top strategy, Daniel, to get that seat. Now he gets out of the way. Is he going to give Verstappen a bit of a tow here? Is he fighting with Hamilton? What's going on? He's just been lapped. He did give Hamilton a big old slipstream down the straight into Stowe. Blessed by Mr. Bean, Hamilton has basically run 2.8 seconds. I think we're running out of time here for Verstappen. I think we're running out of time. The Mona Lisa's in chat. Troy says Lewis Hamilton has got his hands on the trophy. He's got one hand on the trophy here. As Carlos Sainz, purely for banter reasons, decides to box. Well, maybe not for banter. Maybe he's going to go for fastest lap. But sorry, I spoke out of turn there. Great strategy from Ferrari. Ben Johnson! Thank you so much for the £10. Right, everyone's being so generous.
To some extent,
long story, but the only way I can watch this race through your channels. Thank you. What was that? Ben Johnson, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Everyone who's donated and everyone who's watching, all the mods, just great community here. Thank you so much. It just means that we can do this and we want to take it to the next level. I want to be streaming this from the races and it's just, oh my goodness. Here we go. 2 laps to go. We've got to finish the race. Thank you so much. Please do send your love hearts there for Ben Johnson and everyone else who's donated with the super chats. They don't need to do it, but it's very generous. So Brian May is going to wave the flag with gusto. And last lap now, 2.7 seconds, last lap. Now remember, if you were watching the Formula Rewatch Long we did it last week, Nick Casti was leading the race, championship leader, and he threw it away on the last lap. The pressure got to him. I don't think pressure gets to Sir Lewis Hamilton. Is it the return of the GOAT? Lewis Hamilton might make it 8 wins at the British Grand Prix, and this might just be the sweetest. Best stream ever. Best stream in history. Put it in the Guinness Book of World Records, this one. Verstappen 2.4 behind. He's going to be harassing him. You got Max and the Sargent just ahead. That's a calamitous combination if I ever saw one. Hamilton's got to make it through cops. I think Piastri's on the fastest lap. But surely Carlos Sainz is about to try and turn up the wick here. So keep an eye on Carlos Sainz. But Piastri, look how close Piastri is to Norris. And Piastri lost so much time there. Norris is really... Has he cracked under pressure? What's happened with Norris here? It's the last lap, Bosco. It's the last lap. And here we go. Sir Lewis Hamilton goes down the straight for the last time into Stowe Corner, where we've seen so many... Verstappen is gaining. It's 1.9, but it's surely too late. It's surely too late for Max Verstappen, but did he show real class here? But we need to celebrate, we need to acknowledge, we need to recognise that Sir Lewis Hamilton is still a force to be reckoned with in Formula 1, and he wins. It's a win for Lewis Hamilton in the Mercedes, the driver who's going to Ferrari next season. Is it the right choice? Is it the wrong choice? All of the McLaren fans in the grandstand, forget their diehard McLaren fans and support Lewis Hamilton. Here we go. Lewis Hamilton oval. I'm watching live pictures. It's a big one for him. And Max Verstappen was only 1.5 seconds behind. 1.5 seconds for Verstappen. Chat, who's happy about it? Yes, Lewis. Ebenezer's shaking. What do we think about it? So Lewis Hamilton, the Lewis Hamilton fans here. Mr. Bean's happy. Toto's happy. Bit of a grimace from Toto. Remember, George Russell retired. And I'm sure it's going to be iconic scenes now. How long has it been since Lewis won? Bono can't believe it. He's having a little chuckle to himself. Sir Peter Bonington. And we hit 93k. And we hit 1,000 likes. It all happened in this one. Hamilton clapping Verstappen, saying it was a great race between them. He'll have recognised the delta coming through. And Lando Norris as well. I think going to congratulate Lewis Hamilton. Lando just evaporated. Thanks, Ricky McQueen, for the $2 Canadian. Thank you so much. Thanks for the mods. I mean, the mods have been pulling insane. I don't know how the mods have done this, frankly. Insane strat from the mods. Woe says, rule Britannia. And Carlos Sainz did get the fastest lap in the end. Not sure how much faster it was from Piastri. Sir Lewis Hamilton wins at the British GP. If you're watching this and you are British, and especially if you're a young Briton, maybe your journey might still start in karting or sim racing. Hopefully this is a very inspirational moment that anyone in the UK, doesn't matter where you're from, where you're born, what you look like, you can get into motorsport. And you could maybe win the British Grand Prix 8 times. This wasn't down to money. This wasn't down to anything else. I would say Lewis Hamilton, one of the most talented drivers we've ever seen in Formula 1. And surely, even if you're not a fan of Lewis Hamilton, surely even at this time, you can recognise that it's a great moment for Hamilton. What do we think in the chat? Britain's never won't be overtaken by the Dutch. Well, I don't know. We're going to see the championship standing soon. That might be a rude awakening for you. Adrian, love your commentary. And been years to enjoy F1. This race was great. It's a great race. And I think Hamilton's going to get the Union Jack. Hamilton gets the Union Jack. I should have done this when I won my karting championship. Just stop. And the marshal's looking like, what are you doing? Like, can I have the Union Jack, please? You can have a black and white flag if you want. Insane race today. What a great race. Christian Satchel enjoyed it as well. No worries, Derek. We're going to stay live here because we're going to follow these scenes. Snowline's happy for Hamilton. The Union Jack is raised aloft. Dare I say, if you're English especially, or British actually, what the country's gone through in the last few days is it's quite extraordinary, isn't it? Is anyone else feeling that? Isabel, love, we can actually have great racing now. Julia saying that was so satisfying. Ricky, when was the last time I saw? I'm not sure. Shadow dubs in the chat for Lewis. Shub saying Max should be driver of the day. Art channel. Second first lose. Isabel, congratulations, 93k. Yes, thanks so much. I'm on 93k. That's huge. The push continues to 100k. 93,000 subscribers is huge. Nick says, the least biased British F1 fan. Thank you very much. Roy says, that was wicked. Even a Ferrari fan there. Sharkin, Hamilton lap with Union Jack. Last time Hamilton won is 2021. Thanks, Seema. Robert, Lewis Hamilton, one of the best ever. 3 years. Yeah, thanks so much, everyone. 93 subs for us, but I feel like it's a really special moment for Hamilton. I think he's having a little cry. I think he's having a little cry in the helmet. Maybe I should have cried at 93k. Experiencing wet weather and tactics, take it to Russell. Pure class. D6, thanks so much for the medal. Yeah, Hamilton's having a little cry in the helmet. It genuinely means a lot to him. It genuinely means a lot. I don't think it's always been easy for Lewis Hamilton in Formula 1. He's got plenty of detractors. And it's quite powerful to see, to be honest. The man who's won for 104 times. I'm going to be honest. I'm not sure I'd ever see this day again. I'm not sure I ever would see Lewis Hamilton win again. And probably part of the reason that I've been able to do my racing career and win the races I've done and do what I can do in sim racing is, you know, believing that this is possible. And there can be, you know, nothing is going to stop you. But yeah, Lewis Hamilton with the Union Jack, Ricky McQueen, to all the haters, here's your proof. Snowline, bravo to Hamilton. And I think it's going to be, remember his dad's here at this race, Anthony Hamilton. They've had ups and downs, they've had big downs. It's fair to say they've conquered the world. They've had the rock bottom of Abu Dhabi 2021, and yeah, unbelievable. I personally support a driver who very fast sim racer, Ann Carter, who just had some big news yesterday. He's been picked up by a massive team and he's going to start racing in the United States. He's someone that I supported at the very beginning with Kireth Esports, supporting him, paying him, allowing him to get the content that he needed and just helping him on that journey. Now he's going to race in America. These stories are happening all the time. SizeX, thanks so much for the gifted membership. Who's got it? Dark Cloud. Thank you so much, SizeX, for the gifted. Please, can we get the claps out for SizeX? For the gifted membership. Thank you so much. The claps coming out already. Let me get that final classification in there. Woe says Hamilton, just an absolute gem of a human being and pinnacle of racer. Let's be honest. How would other drivers have taken Abu Dhabi 2021? Let me ask the question, how would you have taken Abu Dhabi 2021? Because that was the low point. And it's been a low like that and an embrace between father and son here, which is very special to see. And it's very, very, very inspiring, actually. Yeah, Hulkenberg in P6 as well. Great result for Hulkenberg. Welcome, Epic Adventures. Great to have you. Pros be good on Lewis finally getting his win. I think Lewis is just letting it all out. It's not easy, Formula 1, to say the least, and to compete at the top. It's very, very, very competitive. You know, I do this YouTube channel, which is also very competitive, but it's nowhere near as competitive as Formula 1. There's definitely dark days on this channel when it's not performing, the views aren't there. The other channels, the competitors, are doing better than us, and we have bad days and weeks and months. And we're working late nights, working till 3, 4 in the morning. It's not coming off. And you just hope it's going to come good. You just hope you're going to create those bangers and your audience is really going to like the videos. And that's sort of like my analogy here to Lewis Hamilton since 2021. Has just had to keep grinding, had to keep in peak physical condition, mental condition, keep inputting on the car, deal with the fact that he's leaving this team. They know about it. And he's going to run now into the crowd, I think. It might not be protocol, but frankly, who cares? Watcher saying stewards didn't need to do anything today. Well, I think at the beginning there was some stuff. But yeah, Sidex is crying for him. What a win. John Slayer, proud of you, Kireth. I'm just starting my channel. Just hit 100 subs yesterday. You'll be 100k soon. 1 million before you know it. Look, all I can say is you just got to keep going. I remember being at 100 subs. I remember being at 14 subs. 14 was a big milestone for me. Whose one do I Russell cars went wrong? Yeah, don't know. Octav, when's the last time I drive with this old one? That's a great question. Sonoda carrying V-carb on his back. Yeah, baby. Did Ricciardo start from the pit stop in the end? Lando Norris, P3. It's going to be a mixed one for Lando because I felt like there was so much pressure and there was so much expectation. There's so much almost expectation that Lando was going to win this for McLaren, and it was going to be a great moment coming of age for Lando and McLaren, and it hasn't happened. It hasn't transpired. It's happened instead for Hamilton, and I said this before the race. I said it in FP3, I said it in the qualifying stream, and I said it in my podcast on the Motorsport channel, which is that I feel like Mercedes are actually the team on the up here, and that's the way it's transpired, albeit George Russell had an issue. What happened to Leclerc? Leclerc's strategy, you don't even want to know. It was just obscene. Welcome, Ari, member for 24 months. Good to see you. Have you got your membership, thing? Your free membership flash? Isabel, last time I drove all this old was Kimi in Circuit America 2018. George Rogers, I'm not crying, you're crying. Yeah, I'm actually going to listen. When he does the interview, I'm going to listen to see what he says, and I'll report back. John Stayer, Ferrari needs some serious upgrades. Abertron, how quick is this Red Bull? Why did Lando not take the mediums? I don't know. It looked like the sauce fell off for him, but Hamilton was able to manage them. Let me just listen to Max here a second. Let me just listen in. Max saying he didn't have the pay. Max was pretty happy, to be honest. I mean, for Verstappen to get a P2 out of that, I think he'll be over the moon. What a great result for Verstappen. Oh, is it Lewis Hamilton's mum here? Don't always see. You know, doesn't matter how old you get, how many titles you win, you'll always be their son or daughter. You'll always be their child. That's the way it works. Kimi was younger. Red Bull strat was quick today. The floor was draggy. We'll see. Over 3 years. We're inevitably going to get the 36-month badge, Ari, there. Marie, thank you for the great race commentary. Thank you so much. Best F1. Feel free to share it. Lando looks broken. Lando looks utterly, utterly broken, I have to say. Sacrificing Piastri for a Norris. I feel like Piastri was sacrificed to the altar of Silverstone there, but there we go. Isabel says, Hannah Schmidt's masterclass day. Let's put some respect on her name. It was indeed. I mean, they've really outperformed there with Verstappen. Rory, even my PC is shocked. Hamilton crossed the line. All the lights went out. Will Max went to Hungary? I don't know. Here's the thing. I'm with Formula E in 2 weeks' time in London. And the race starts at 5 o'clock. Whereas the Formula 1 race starts at 3. So we'll have to try and work something out there. But I'm on double duty next week, like David Coulthard, part of the team. Jamie, welcome Jamie Passy and Miri Wood and Josh Hernandez as well. Right, let me listen to Hamilton. He's having a little cry. He's worked so hard since 2021. This is his last race with Mercedes, and he's been with Mercedes since ever. He said in some his he said he could tell lap by lap, because we saw Lando fall off and Hamilton keep the pace, and he just said there he could see lap by lap all of the fans cheering him. And I always used to think that was rubbish. When I was growing up, I was like, you wouldn't be able to tell or hear. But when I was winning my championships and winning my races last year, sometimes I'd have a few people supporting me. And some races I wouldn't, some races I would. And it is a big thing in a circuit, in a lap, when you're going around doing lap after lap and you see the person there supporting you. It is a big deal. And there was a race I have, you'll see on the Motorsport channel, where I raced a guy who had a George Russell helmet. Much younger than me, starting out his karting journey. He's got a George Russell helmet and Mercedes gear. And his dad was there. And his dad was really supporting him. And this guy was behind me. And I just knew he was really close behind me because I could tell, you could tell like where his dad was looking. And he didn't beat me in the end. I stayed ahead of him. Sorry. But you could see that he was getting spurred on by his dad saying, come on, let's go. So you do, in a racing driver, you do see that in the crowd. You do. You're in your helmet there. But you are picking them out. You know where people are watching you and you do see it. So I do now believe that. I do believe that Hamilton was seeing the crowd, seeing the support, and I believe it was maybe even pushing into an extra level. Let me know what you think about that in the chat. Norris looks so bored. Let me listen to driver's room. Seem friendly now. Hamilton will come in soon. Actually, not a lot of chat. Oh, here comes Hamilton with his flag and his other helmet. Why's he got two helmets in there? I've got to be honest, Lando looks like he's sulking a little bit. He's sort of sat back in his chair. He looks a bit envious of Lewis Hamilton here, taking the plaudits, taking the glory. Is Max smoking or drinking? I think he's having a little drink. Beefing by a drive, so the home race gives a message about Ben Johnson getting a bit emotional. Well, yeah, if you have the opportunity to go racing or support someone who's going racing, it can make a difference. And I think this is going to be a really inspirational race for a lot of people in the UK, the country where I'm broadcasting from. You know, it's a real, I think this is a real bit at this moment for the country as well. Like, just had a general election. England's just gone through into the semis in the football. Just had a British, Hamilton winning again in the British Grand Prix when everyone thought he would never do it again. I think it's a big moment. I think it's a big moment. Jada saying, go. Isabel Hamilton broke like 5 records today. Snowline's happy for Lewis. He deserved this. It was a great battle. It came down to the wire. Verstappen threw everything at him. Hamilton had to see through 2 bursts of rain. And, you know, he came out on top. Fair play. And it's his last race here as a Mercedes driver. Now the controversial bit's going to start because you need to pay extra at Silverstone now to get to the podium ceremony. I wouldn't endorse jumping over the barrier, obviously. I've never done that. If you've seen my videos. Never happened. But I wonder if actually some fans will decide to maybe ignore that policy. You're never going to see Lewis Hamilton win again here for Mercedes. Jordan, so nice to have more races, actual racing. Yeah, 100% agreed. We go to Hungary next time around. By the way, this is off the back of a triple header. I've streamed 3 weekends in a row, Formula 1 and Formula E. 3 weeks ago, maybe I did it abroad even. I can't remember. But think of all the team members going back to back. Now they're back in the UK, a lot of them based in the UK. Daniel Guerrero says Piastri was robbed. Chai, I wonder how many laps Verstappen would have needed. Oh, I think a couple more maybe, but it's easy to, I mean, Hamilton was on the soft, so maybe Hamilton would have gone to the hards there. Difficult to say. Mike, feels like McLaren gave Lando the decision to go medium soft and he was blaming himself. Yeah, maybe that's it. He looks he's sort of sulking a bit. Oh, Hamilton comes out with Bono. Hamilton comes out with Bono. it's enough to bring a tear to the corner of your eye. If you've been following F1 since you were a child and you've gone through the Hamilton and Bono years, what a great working relationship it seems to be. One of the best working relationships, actually. A model for teamwork. Honest, brutal, high performance, it seems to be. Thanks, B from Barley. Thanks, Mo. And Iron Dames won the 6 hours. Good to see the Iron Dames bounce back after Sarah Bovey's injury. Sure they would have done well in 24 hours of Spa. British National Anthem. I just want to listen to this. Wow. Constant all drive. I think all drivers did do well. They did better than they did in qualifying, dare I say. Pro Street. Well, we don't need to talk about Abu Dhabi now necessarily. It's how you bounce back. And whatever happens with Lewis Hamilton's career, and let's be honest, when he goes to Ferrari, it's going to be difficult. It's more likely it's going to be more difficult than good. It's more likely that he's going to have conflict with the Ferrari fans and he isn't. But let's, again, part that aside. There is a little bit that will always know that after 2021, he came back and he won this race. And this is the race that he really would have really wanted to have won. This is the race he might have been doing just a little bit extra practice. Not listening as much for Austria or Spain, but definitely for Britain. Nearly 94,000 views. Wow, probably get 100k when the thing's there. It's new. Well, not a record. Singapore 22 or 23 was big for us. And it's the old school trophy. None of this new age sponsor nonsense. It's the old school Silverstone trophy. Mohammed bin Suleiman gives him a medal as well. Not just for taking part this time, but for winning. Yeah, Charles Leclerc won in Monaco. Lewis Hamilton wins in Britain. As the vice chairman of British Airways gives Toto Wolff the trophy. Sorry, Toto Wolff. Peter Bono. Don't know why I just confused him there. No worries, Ingmar Buis. Hope to see you again in the next one. It's been a really fun day, and I've got a really fun video I'm doing later. I'm upgrading my whole setup. Lord Hayne. Wasn't he the Northern Ireland Secretary? Has he just been appointed? What is that trophy? It looks like, you know, like people, you go to someone's house and they have like a foot thing for your shoe to help you get shoes in and out. The trophy's just like a load of those. Best track in the F1, no safety car needed. And the champagne, and it's Hamilton v Bono. Bono's giving it his all. Sir Peter Bonington. I think it needs to be Sir Peter Bonington. Bono's been absolutely destroyed here. No worries, Chai. Thanks for the modding and the tickets and everything. Tickets ain't working. It did break before stream, but now I just know I have to reinstall it every stream. Ah, it's so good to see. It's a very wholesome. It's just a very, if you're watching you not British, it might be a bit different. But if you're watching you British, it's very wholesome moment. Like George is like the fine porcelain, nice to look at, but put it under any pressure, it cracks. Well, he's kind of away. Bono's crying. I don't know if it's crying or he's got a load of. I think it's probably champagne in his eye. The champagne. And Max looks pretty happy. It's a pretty good result for him to get to closer to winning his 4th World Championship. It's a healing moment for Formula 1. I prefer these moments to, a load of drama and baiting and everything. No worries, Seema. Thanks for having you. Yes, Karen died 3k. Thanks to all of you. Thanks, Isabel, as well. Working on the thesis. Hopefully a good result in that thesis. Snowline, wonderful day for the Brits. Yeah, 2 Brits on the podium. Wow. Carlos Sainz outperforming there, probably. Chat, there's 1,000 people watching. I tell you what we should do. I've got, if you want another inspirational video, I've got my video with Sam Bird, who would have been alongside Hamilton in the Mercedes driver program. And I asked him about racing and how to race and how to deal with pressure, how to deal with adversity and all this kind of stuff. So I wonder if we should go into that. What is the time? Why don't I... So bear with me. Let me just work some magic here. It's so much fun to watch that race. It was so good. No, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. Fucking Grant, just bear with me a second. Is anyone actually crying? It's a safe space here. There's nothing wrong with having a little cry. If it's an emotional moment, or if it's not, it's okay. Perez should resign. You make it sound like Perez is like some sort of like politician. Perez should resign because his policies are not working. No worries, Harry. Will Max win in Hungary? Different circuit, isn't it? Welcome, Gokka. Welcome, Karina. Welcome, Peter Shills. Skrilla. Karen, you staring into my soul. Was I staring into the soul there? Welcome, Karina Tanabe. Karina, can you help me get to the Japanese Grand Prix? I would love to go. Is there any way you can help me? Snowline says, my British long hair kittens are crying with joy today. It's just a feel. I think no matter where you are in the world, if you've followed Formula One and you followed what happened in 2021, whichever way you think about it, Lewis Hamilton was on all the negative side of that. Like 2021 battered him. 2021 mentally affected him, right? It put him down. And so for him to come back here 3 years later at his home Grand Prix in a team that he's been with Mercedes ever since he was like 10, and his last home race for them when he'd been written off, frankly, by people like myself, it's just a reminder that of human spirit, because the odds wouldn't have had him here, and the odds wouldn't have had him at the beginning of the season. Yeah, I got a special premiere. I'm cooking a special premiere for you all. That's cooking imminently. Thanks, Kostas. And it almost heals some of those wounds, I would say, from 2021. Because when he looks back at it, Hamilton will still have all those championships, 7 championships, but he would only bounce back, and he could have quit then. No one would have begrudged him if he quit. I think it is a legendary race. George crying for sure, yeah. George is just so patriotic, he's going to be crying. Oh, welcome, Stream Element bots. Good evening. Thanks for joining. Great. Dr. Cara Phillips, I never gave up on Sir Lewis Hamilton, he's gentleman to go. And yes, Netherlands, Britain and football as well. Right, chat, I've got a very special video for you, because I went and interviewed Sam Bird, who's a British driver. He was a Mercedes reserve driver. And he started karting at the same track that I kart at, and I won my championship last year. So I asked Sam Bird for his inspiration for up-and-coming drivers. And he's had a lot of adversity in his career where he's been written off, he's been dropped by teams, and he came back and did something extraordinary this season. And it's going to start in 40 seconds, chap. It's going to start in 40 seconds. So please, 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 this is going to be a premiere. Please go over to this premiere if you want to continue that theme of sort of redemption and coming back. And yeah, I really hope you enjoy this video. I flew over to Italy to interview him, and it's coming out now in 18 seconds. So chat, I'm going to end the stream and it's going to take you there automatically. I'm going to be there in chat, so I will see you. I'll see you in about 10 seconds over there.